Why do they have nicknames?
You should know what the group is called. BAM.
BAM.
Big ass motherfuckers.
This is BAMPodcast. As you see, it's Dee and DjTsu. Usually with these podcasts, we talk about movies that are very passionate about who we kid. We're doing all the fucking John Carpenter movies and shit. So pretty much the last time I did an episode, I think it wasn't the last thing I did on BAM, but still, last time we did a John Carpenter movie, we did Christine. This time we're doing the movie that me and DjTsu say is our favorite horror movie of all time, The Thing. So DjTsu,
Thing.
Let's do this because I don't know how deep you're gonna go into all this shit and all the rest of that shit. But real talk, real quickly, tell me about what you like. Why is this your favorite? Why is this your favorite movie? Let's just go start with that.
I'm gonna go straight with the obvious: practical effects.
That is it. That cannot be. Well,
No. I'm starting off with the obvious: practical effects. The fact that we got Kurt Russell and Keith David, Wilford Brimley, and TK friggin' was it TC Carter? No, TK Carter.
TC Carson.
I get the both of them. I get their names confused a lot, but no, TK Carter. I got him being the only, well, not only one of two black men in this movie.
One of two black.
And also, what I love about this movie, honestly, is just the overall theme. It's not the fact that the movie is about an alien monster going around absorbing everybody. Not even that at all.
No, not at all.
It's the paranoia, which is what this movie is all about. Paranoia.
Sure.
It's the monster really just plays as an allegory for what was going on at that time in the 80s. So when this movie came out, it's 1982. What was the biggest thing that was happening in the 80s in America?
Well, Ronald Reagan just got fucking shot, but the Cold War is still going on.
Not even that.
Oh, what? What big thing then, nigga?
AIDS.
How are you gonna make this an AIDS allegory? How's this an AIDS allegory?
Oh. Can I get the pots and pans? Allegory? Can I cook?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Because John Carpenter was the one who actually said it, by the way. See, the whole thing with the blood test, not to bury the lead here, but the whole thing with the blood test, the fact that it's an alien that absorbs you and changes, pretty much makes a copy of you, just from the slightest touch of any kind of contact with this alien. That whole thing was an allegory for AIDS.
So let's put it this way for a lot of you, and for anybody that's younger or somebody that just can't wrap their head around this. All right. Remember a couple years ago we got all those stupid allegories to motherfucking COVID? Imagine that with AIDS, and imagine this also without the internet to tell you that AIDS was transmitted through blood or raw sexual contact. Because see, back in the day, people really thought you could get AIDS by using the same towel as someone. Mm-hmm. Like, people really thought you can get AIDS by just kissing a gay person. And unfortunately,
there were cartoons about this.
Oh yeah, there were cartoons about it. And very unfortunately, there was there was already a stigma against homosexuals at that time, but you have a disease that is centered around one group of people, you cannot. You already know where this is going. People are going to be people. They're going to ostracize those group of people because you're associated with AIDS. Like black people, anytime they see blunt rappers around us, they say, "Hey, I think they're thugging and trapping on the corner." That's the way they treat us. That's the way it's always treated. You're afraid of shit. So yeah, there's a level of paranoia. I can see that. That's a Hollywood thing to say, though, isn't it, though, nigga? That's a very Hollywood thing to say. I mean, but I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, I mean that, and oh god, just the overall, not who done it, but who's infected.
Yeah,
you play like one big game of who's infected from the beginning of this movie to the end of it.
Yes, you do. And then the one thing that really got me, see, if I can go on myself talking about it, that's the one thing that really attracted me to this fucking movie. As a kid, I seen it once as a kid. All I remember was the special effects and all the rest of that shit. Um, I always had, I think if you're a film critic and you don't have an appreciation for practical effects or effects that really you have to sit down, make the time to do it, put the effort into it. If you don't like none of that shit, you take CGI over that, you can fuck around a dick. Like, I like CGI, but come on. How can you not see the grotesqueness of a movie like this and not appreciate that fact that somebody sat down and said, hey, boss, I'm just going to be real with you, man. I done did everything to the stomach monster. This is the best we got. And you're like, oh, it looks gruesome. It looks nasty. It looks like it ain't from here. And it looks like it's real. It looks like it can fucking touch you, man. So I always had an appreciation for this shit. You know what I mean? But that's not the thing that stands out for me. The thing that stands out for me is what you said, the paranoia. It is the paranoia. And also, for me, oh God, this is fucking being vulnerable. One thing I fucking hate that's a little bit scary to me is isolation. I respect Dead Space and I respect the Aliens game that came out where it's just you and the thing. I respect Amnesia.
Alien Colonial Marina, Alien Isolation.
Isolation.
Yeah.
I respect the Amnesia series. D will not be playing none of those fucking games because those games give me goddamn heart attacks. But there's something about those stories that it scares me so much that I love those stories, especially when they're done so well. And a lot of people who are, I would say, there's not that many detractors. I have tripped over a couple of detractors of this movie, and they all said the same thing, that it was like, wait a minute, so who did it? Or the open-ended legit pissed them off. Hey, here's the thing. It took me a while because I forgot what movie me and Chris watched where we was like, the movie was all right. That open-ended was stupid. There was no point. I get where people get to an open-ended and it frustrates them. You know what I mean? But
I can explain
that takes away from it not liking it in this movie.
I can explain that issue with the ending to this movie. So both Carpenter and Russell sat down and went over a number of different endings that they could have went with, and none of them worked. Like, for the story that they were trying to tell, none of the endings that they wanted to do worked. That's why we ended on this particular ending.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just had Keith David and Kurt Russell be the last ones left.
They're the last ones, and they, of course, still not trusting each other, but at the same time knowing that, hey, the inevitable's coming.
Well, Chris,
like we're gonna die here.
Well, Eris, let's just get into this bitch. So the movie starts off with you seeing the bright, vast, beautiful fields of Antarctica. And Eris, I got to say this right here. I don't know what they're doing down there. I don't. Because you can study ice cubes in your own country. You know what I mean? You can study dirt in different type of conditions in your own country.
Let me point that out for you, D. See, that was also a question that got passed around a lot with this movie. There were 12 of these guys operating out of the U.S. outpost number 31. Now, there are all of these research facilities, all these different outposts all over Antarctica. And I'm assuming, not necessarily every nation, but like one for, I guess, every continent or something had a research facility on Antarctica, right?
I'm going to go with the more realistic one. If you are what they call a quote unquote first world country, and you quote unquote have people that are willing to go in the cold, there's a chance that you are out there. But better yet, Eris, if you never won a gold medal in the Winter Olympics, you're not down there. That's the way I see it.
Right.
So Norway, Finland, Iceland, Russia, You thought Russia wasn't there? The UK, America, nigga, of course we're there. So, I know certain countries are there. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. There are, well, according to this one and the remake prequel that came out in 2011, there are 3 facilities that we do know of so far: the Norwegians, the US, and the Russian.
Yeah, of course the Russians are down there.
Like all 3 of them are there. But my point is, we don't know what they do. Like this whole movie goes by, we don't know what are they researching. Like what is their day-to-day operations? Like what's everybody's job? Besides McCready, we know he's the pilot. Besides Copper, we know he's the doctor.
Besides freaking Gary, who is obviously the military person,
the liaison.
Hey Gary, what you doing down there? All of Antarctica is a free continent. Hey, what do the Russians got?
Like everybody's down there at this research facility, and again, I would like to know what prior to this thing showing up. No pun intended. Why?
I laughed. Let me get this out the way now. I did it until my son understood the joke. Ha! Ha! What are you laughing at, Dad? They said it. They said what? The creature? Wait a minute. The thing that's out there? No, God, son, listen to them. By the 18th, I don't know what that thing is. Oh, they said it. The thing. Way to go, son. Way to go, son. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Here's a PlayStation controller. Go play that way. There you go, son. Good for you. Good
Be
for you.
free.
I love you.
Be free. Be
love
free.
You.
Be free.
Go play outside, son. It's raining outside. Yeah, you right.
but no. Oh God. I really wanted to know, what was everybody, not just what was everybody's position, but like, what were you guys studying? What were you researching in Antarctica? We'll never know, of course.
Never know. Never know.
So again, going off at the beginning of this of the movie, we get opened up with a dog running through at least 1,000 miles of snow, being chased by a chopper with 2 Norwegians, one having full stormtrooper aim with a rifle.
Well, granted, Eris, they're in a helicopter.
They got low to the ground. At that point, no, you should not have a shitty aim.
Well, Eris, according to a prequel, these guys have been chasing this dog, and they have been in a heat of exhaustion and all the rest of that. He ain't aiming right for shit. It's like you ever play Metal Gear Solid and you pick up the motherfucking joke and your whole scope is shaking like shit.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm about to say I'm sorry if you ain't got no diazepam on you, but nigga, if you're really trying to dead this thing, you better man the fuck up and steady your damn aim.
Well, I will give this up to the dog. The dog who is not burying your lead here. That's the thing, everybody. Yeah. I will say this. The dog knew humans well enough. Oh, there's white people here. I'm safe.
The first I love the fact you said it's white people and not just humans.
It's white people. If they're anything like the white people on Rygol 7, I think we're fine. I think I'm fine.
Rygol 7, yes. Oh God.
Oh.
I'm so mad you beat me to it.
Eris. And if y'all want to know what's Rygol 7, Rygol 7, it's a very famous planet in the Akira Toriyama world that he has built, man.
No, not Akira Toriyama. Not Akira Toriyama. That shit was straight up Ocean Group's world because they made that shit up.
I mean, yeah.
We ran into some radical weaponry on
Rygol 7, nigga.
I really wish somebody would make that a real thing. I want to see this place.
Oh God, right?
Okay,
bro.
okay, quick deviation. What kind of weaponry did the Saiyans run into that they needed the power of an artificial moon?
Right? I got that thing on me. I got that stick. I got that tool. I'm packing.
Whole planet. That was a whole planet. You know what I think of it? You know what? I feel like one of the people on the show was like, dude, I think that's the storyline for the Truffles. Leave it alone. These dumbass kids will, like, I feel like they did, like, but that was during the Wild Wild West of anime where you can just make up shit.
Oh, yes.
You know, you can make up shit. There's one thing I know people seen what was that, Ghost Stories or whatever the name of that shit is. And when all the voice actors are in on the joke and they were just saying the most filthiest shit they could possibly say. That's one thing. Then there's you just making up bullshit. I love this show, by the way, in English, but Era said no. Everything about it is a lie. That's case closed because you got niggas in case closed named Thomas, Irwin, and shit. Like, no.
Bro, the town they live in is Baker City.
Baker City. You didn't have the nerve. You know what, Eris? Here's my thing. Do you know I would have accepted it if they still called it Tokyo? And they had all these people with English names. For whatever reason, I would have respected it. But you called it Baker. You know what, Eric? Chicago. You could have just said Chicago.
No. I got to stop you there because
if you said Metro City, I would have accepted it.
Stop. No, just stop. Stop everything.
Big city. I will take it.
No, that is next level lazy. How hard is it for you to say Baker? It is straight up Baker City. Why would you call it Baker? Why did you have to why Americanize and butcher a great series?
Got a question though. Got a real good question, man. Actually, I don't have a good question. I just love seeing you in pain when it comes to this shit. Anyway, speaking of gunshots, when that dog finally got cozied up to all the rest of the Norwegians, I like how the Norwegians got out there and saw the dog run over there. They was like, fuck the Americans. Pow, they shot at the dog.
Oh, okay. Do you want to know the translation, by the way, when the Norwegian was just yelling incoherent shit at them?
Go ahead, because they were English amazing. They were speaking English in the last movie.
I know, right?
And that's Dee's last reference to the prequel. Anyway, go ahead.
So the literal translation was, that thing is not a dog. Keyword thing. That thing is not a dog. like if if it continues to run around, it will infect everything on Earth. Get away from it, you idiots. And then he starts firing at it. And that's when we get our first what is it? Not our first casualty, but we get our first gunshot victim. What's his name? God, not Norris. Not Norris. Norris comes in later.
Gary? Gary
was the one who popped him with the aim of Hawkeye from the inside the room.
You talk about the person who got shot. That was it wasn't Clark. It wasn't Clark that got shot.
No, not Clark. Clark was the one who always took care of the dogs.
Yeah. Clark was the one that actually kind of started this shit in Dee's opinion, but that's a different thing.
I refuse.
I ain't saying started. I ain't saying started. It was like this. You showed that thing that it had somewhere to be.
Got it. Bennings.
That was the name. Yeah.
George Bennings. So, okay. Wow. All right. I figured out what everybody was. So check this out. Out of all the characters, McCready, helicopter pirate. Right. Wilford Brimley, Blair, was the senior biologist.
Mm-hmm.
T.K. Carter, a.k.a. Knowles, he was the cook.
Yeah, because, he was black.
Right. David Clinton, a.k.a. Palmer, he was the assistant mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Keith David Childs, he was the chief mechanic, which is why the two of them. Yeah, they were both mechanics, which is why both of them were so cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Richard was it Richard Dystart was Dr. Copper, the physician. Charles Hanlon was Norris, the geologist. Peter Peter Maloney is George Bennings, the was a meteorologist. Richard Macer is, aka Clark, the dog handler. Joe Polis, Fuchs, the assistant biologist. David Moffat, Gary, the station commander. That's what he was. And Thomas Waits, aka Windows, the radio operator.
Mm-hmm.
So that was everybody's job.
Yeah, in that cold place on the back end of the world. They were just out there just collecting snow for the United States. Nothing more, people. Nothing more.
They're just
why are you people wanting prequels and and spit-offs and stuff and you want to know? Shut up. Stop. This is clothing media.
It's like shut up. It's like shut up. Just consume product and go along with it.
Yeah, obey. What's your problem?
Like, just obey and consume product.
Like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm like, I don't understand this shit.
We got one of them that can see, D.
Yeah, we do. Hey, Mr. Carpenter, come over here. John Carpenter.
Let me tell you something.
Get
Yo, y'all check out our other podcasts on They Live.
Yeah, actually, very funny episode we did with that. But yeah, see, we did They Live, we did Christine, and now we're on here. We did Escape from New York, and now we're on here with the thing. This is actually our second time doing this movie, but fuck it. Anyway, so they shoot these two guys. I like how your boy Gary, long range,
One shot.
Hey,
one shot in the eye.
That's a motherfucker that did the minimum in World War II, and now he's stuck in Antarctica. So he's been ready for some action.
Now, prior to that, did you like how this movie damn near gave away the plot, like the entire plot at the beginning of the movie? And I'm talking not the dog chasing scene, but the part where McCready is seen. He's first introduced playing chess against the computer.
A computer. All right, just quick trivia. Whose voice was Adrienne Barbeau? Because John Carpenter was madly in love with his wife before he Kobe'd her right into the trash. We'll get into that one day. So, well, yeah, me and Eris have to, because Eris has a weird love for those big 80s tits of hers. I don't. They kind of look
late 70s, sir.
They
1970. I'm gonna say 1976 going into 1980.
Three black geeks always correctly naming the year of those breasts.
Three black geeks putting a date on breasts since 2011.
Put a stamp on them titties.
We established
girl, I got some 1996 boobs. Bitch, you were born in 85, but I started growing my titties around that time. That's right. Three black geeks perfectly dated the day my breastises were actually made. Hi, I'm D. Shaw, Three Black Geeks. Why are you asking what I do for a living? But this is what I do now. Man, that was some look. Damn, girl, those some 1965 boobs. I was born in 2003. That's not our problem.
That's not our problem. All right, look.
You ever see a balloon filled with water and set? Anyway,
listen. What I'm saying is that part at the beginning when McCready playing against the computer damn near gave away the entire plot of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it almost gave away the ending. So get this. McCready is playing chess against the computer, enjoying his drink, which let's be real. J&B is not necessarily a product place for this movie, no matter how much people try to say it is.
No, it ain't.
But it's just his drink of choice.
Yeah,
now
that's like saying Stevie Wonder had the official song of this movie. No.
Oh God, you know what? It's quite apt that song "Superstitious" is in that.
I hated
the song that plays.
I hated that was a song that was playing because like, oh, I get it, making it spooky. I get it.
Yeah, but anyway.
That being said, Eris, about the music, real quick, y'all. Mr. Morricone, I know you ain't got a dong dong. The second you hear that dong dong, nigga. Morricone spent 15 minutes on this soundtrack, y'all. That's all he did.
Real quick about that, everybody knows when he first played that, he really thought Carpenter was gonna hate it. He said, "Oh God, I am so fired. I am so fired. Like he's gonna hate this. He's gonna fire me." He lets John hear. He's like, John's like, "Yeah, let me hear. Let me hear what you got." And all you just heard was doom doom, doom doom. You just heard that the entire time, John.
Turn that shit off. I love it. Turn that shit off. Make it hot.
I love it. It's hot. Like he basically took it and just added like his own little Carpenter sprinkle over it, and it became. And it became
in my mind,
the theme.
y'all. Yes, in my mind, when you said Carpenter sprinkle, all I see is you opening the door and you just see Carpenter yeeks out, jerking off on top of a motherfucking vinyl.
But let me get back to my point. The thing with the with the computer. First of all, the computer playing chess pulls off an impossible move in order to checkmate McCready. McCready, knowing that the computer just cheated, opened it up, took that drink. Cheating bitch. Nah, I ain't falling for it. Like you just pulled off a bullshit move that doesn't exist in the game of chess. Which, if you look at the ending, it's that.
Mm-hmm. This movie,
like McCready knows that he just got cheated.
I like the fact that I like how we're introduced to everybody. It's okay. So after all that bullshit goes down with the helicopter, it gives me, in my opinion, and this is why we do these. This is why we do the show with just you and me, Eris. It gives, in my opinion, one of the best and most scariest scenes in the whole movie. You just see everybody doing everything regular, like nothing happened, and you see the dog quietly go to sleep. That is some fucking scary shit to me. Only in the sense of, so he's right there. And the motherfucker is chilling so hard, he took a nap.
Technically, he didn't go to sleep just yet. See, after everybody was trying to figure out what was going on in the confusion with the Norwegians shooting at everybody, and it was too late to ask him anything since Gary one-shotted his ass.
I'm just saying, bro. And the other one picked up a grenade and...
No, that was funny. I don't care what anyone says. That shit is funny. See, this is what happened.
Why did you throw it and then you tried to look for it?
No, he didn't throw it. Here's the problem. This is what happens when you get them thick ass winter gloves. You try to pull out a grenade, you pull the pin, and you try to cock back knowing that them damn gloves have no grip whatsoever. You try to cock back, that shit yeets itself into the snow. You can't find it. You know that shit has a 10-second time limit. If you do not find that shit in less than 10 seconds, your ass is snow, okay? It ain't grass, it's snow. So of course it blows up, killing him and taking out the chopper.
Actually, Eris, it's Antarctica. You're permafrost.
Yes, permafrost. You're a stalactite.
Either way, grasp it, love it, be a part of it. That's what happened.
Please take this L, Oni-san. So Anyway, they tried to figure that like they're still trying to figure out like what the hell caused all this. Why were they, what caused them to go crazy, shooting at a dog, shooting at us. Copper comes up with a brilliant plan. Well, let's go see let's go see what caused them to go crazy. Then they decide to take off in a snow, like in the middle of a blizzard. This is some white people shit. Go off in a blizzard. McCready being the only one of sound mind, the only one with logic, thinking, "Hey, Doc, just let you know, we are taking a risk. You do know that if we get out there and we get caught in any of this damn blizzard, you can scratch one doctor and one pilot."
Well,
They managed to
Hippocratic oath.
Now they make their way to the Norwegian camp, and we see them go like check everything. It's a complete disaster. Like everything's been blown up, burnt. Yeah, everything is an absolute mess. Almost as if we needed a whole other movie to explain why this happened.
But Eris. I mean, surely if we're going to have something like...
Wait, go back to that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Including the shot of explaining why this dude slit his own throat.
Okay. Again, I'm done. But Eris, if we were to have a whole show of... Look, the thing is this. The thing prequel was something... I noticed I said thing. I said thing again. It did have potential, but I think the bigger problem was, number one, nigga, 20-something years. That's the first one. It's been about 30 it's been about 30 years. 30 years. I'm sorry, 30 years. So,
and the director, well, see, here's the thing. The director of that prequel was a huge fan. He was just like us. This was his favorite Carpenter movie of all time. And to get the opportunity to do a sequel that Carpenter himself wanted to do, but wasn't able to do it. He finally gets an opportunity to do it. He's got ideas. He was going to go with the same exact thing that Carpenter had. Practical effects, a little bit of special effects here and there. They even shot a bunch of scenes with practical effects of the alien, only for the studio to come in, cop block, and say, nope, CGI. Like, using the practical effects is gonna make the movie look dated, and audiences is gonna hate it.
This is during that same time where a lot of the dumb production moves that they did in Terminator Salvation and a lot of rated R movies at the time. There were a lot of these studios just doing dumbass moves, man.
Yeah.
And
that's what happens when the studio try to second guess what the audience is gonna like.
And this is another, and this has always been a thing when it come to special effects anyway. Like, because the one thing we was talking about, what was that? Nothing But Trouble on 3 Black Geeks. When we did Nothing But Trouble, we saw what happens when you are given the green light to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You're gonna burn a hole in everything. We understand that. You know what I mean? We also understand that there's an inherent laziness that a studio will do to get around special effects. You know what I mean? So what happened to the prequel was the laziness kicked in, yes, with the special effects, but it was almost insulting. Because if you actually look at the CGI in that movie for 2011, pathetic.
Oh, it was awful.
Like, really bad, like shockingly bad. Like, I don't think the movie, like, I gave the movie 1 out of 5, but I guarantee you I probably would have gave it a 2 if it looked like it gave a damn on the CGI. That's how bad it was, man.
But that's the problem when you have a director fighting with the studio. Like, and one other thing, and God, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do the Thing 2011. I'm already gonna call it. We're gonna do that movie. So I'm just gonna say, not only that, the other worst thing that you could possibly do to a movie like that, give it the shortest time crunch ever. You had to pull that movie off in what, 8 months?
I mean, if they did that movie right.
I think it was 6 to 8 months that they had to make this movie.
That's no time. That's zero time. Well, we have seen movies get done in a month and look fantastic, but still,
Yeah.
come on, let's just be real, y'all. This is a big Hollywood production. So it's going to take about a couple months to do. It's going to take a while to get done, especially when you got CGI. You mean to tell me you only got this done in how months? And you had CGI with it? Oh, this is going to be day one without a patch bullshit, isn't it? And it was.
That's exactly what it was.
And that's why I said, Eric, I will give you that. It had so much potential to be something. You're not going to be the classic, but it would have added to the world of the thing and actually made it kind of like, all right, Mr. Carpenter, I smell a TV series. I don't want a TV series. That's why we're not. Look, that's not. Mr. Carpenter, I don't want a TV series. Mr. Carpenter, we rightly don't give a fuck what you say anyway. With all due respect, Mr. Carpenter, you made Ghost of Mars. You can fuck off. So we're gonna do it. That's really what happened. I remember my hero, Spoonie, saying that the thing prequel was a betrayal. I agree with him. But hey, Spoonie, I see Escape from LA. Was it? Like
and Carpenter made that.
I love John Carpenter, but good God, Eris, you're right. You're right.
I told you.
This nigga was Tim Duncan at the free throw line. Like, what happened to all of that?
I told you. After They Live, it was my nigga. We went from peak straight to valley, and we just never found that peak again.
But then again, I have this other theory that when he made They Live, I think Carpenter was a part of those people in the media at that time that kind of got punished. And I can't prove it, but I feel like Hollywood kind of backslapped him. But at the same time,
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Carpenter's been getting backslapped by Hollywood since the beginning.
Forever.
Since the beginning. That's what I'm
saying. Yeah. So I'm also at the same sense of Carpenter was a bit of a dick, but that's because look at the industry, because he was one of those people that didn't want his IP to become whatever it becomes all the rest. He was really passionate for the shit he wanted to put out there, yeah. And that's why when we did our Child's Play just recently, I said Don Mancini is one of the lucky ones to be with his creation from start to present day.
Yeah,
John Carpenter ain't that nigga. And let me tell you something. Wes Craven barely had any fucking say so on the Friday on the Nightmare on Elm Street TV show. All right, I'm pretty sure there ain't one person that had anything to do with the original Teen Wolf that had something to do with the Teen Wolf TV show. All right. The Scream TV show is a little bit different, but the point is, Eric. So I think there is a difference between. I think John Carpenter's fall off kind of had something to do with, I guess, the care of this. I call bullshit because this thing was always a cult classic, man. Even getting bombed with, and I want to say getting bombed when it came out, even not coming up to snuff when it came out, box office wise.
Well,
this thing's phenomenal. People always talked about this movie. You know what I mean?
Well, hang on. We'll get back to the story in just a minute. I will, since you brought it up, I'll say this. This movie had a budget of $15 million. It barely made
that's pretty
$15 million in 1982.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The movie barely made 20 grand in North America. But here's the problem. Guess what it was? Guess what it went up against?
1981, right?
82 was when this dropped.
Outside of, I don't know what. I was going to say.
Nigga, no, this movie went up a movie also about an alien, and it swept at the box office. E.T.
So, while we're here, let's make a stop off on this too. E.T. was a freaking monster, and I think you can see why there was a All right, that was rough, John, but you made it. I would say this.
Cue the at least you tried cake.
Yo, much like, but here's the thing, Harris, and and I have yet to have anybody prove me wrong. Much like Indiana Jones fans, how many ET fans are you really gonna find? ET is beloved for, I would be real, all the right reasons. I get why people like ET. That movie ain't that great. The movie really ain't that great. It's just people like E.T. wearing the dress and ouch. That's it. That's really that, because there were a lot of lonely Gen X kids whose parents smoked cigarettes and dad just left.
Well, oh God, the other problem. See, like I said, E.T. had came out, and here it is. I just happened to find the information here. So first of all, they sent this thing to test screenings, and it says here Carpenter considered this a suggestion that he lower his expectations of the film's performance because for one thing, he expected. Universal expected that E.T. would only appeal to children. Now, after one market research screening, Carpenter asked the audience on their thoughts, and one audience member asked, well, what happened in the very end? Which one was the thing? When Carpenter responded that it was up to their imagination, the audience member responded, oh God, I hate that.
1970s playing out in the 80s.
So after returning from,
you had to be clear with your good guys and bad guys who won and who lost back in the day.
So get this.
Harris, you got to realize this is a whole generation of people who grew up on Westerns. So when you give them an open ending like that, they go, oh, come on, why I got to think?
I know. But get this. After returning from a screening of E.T., the audience silence at a Thing trailer caused Foster to remark, we're dead.
I don't blame him on that.
It said the response to the public pre-screenings of the Thing resulted in the studio changing the somber black and white advertising approved by the producers to a color image of a person with a glowing face, which is, the image that you see here on our backdrop.
Yeah.
And of course, the tagline was also changed from "Man is the warmest place to hide" to "In space, no one can hear you scream" to "The ultimate alien terror."
I like how focus testing probably saved the living shit out of this film.
Oh, it didn't save it. All right, check this out. Here's the box.
When I say save it, it could have been far worse. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it could have been. I mean, the movie itself was based off of the book Who Goes There. Here's the box office information. The Thing was released in the United States on June 25th, 1982, and during its opening weekend, the film earned $3.1 million from 840 theaters on an average of $3,699 per theater. Finishing as the number 8 film of the weekend behind Poltergeist, which had 4.1. This is which was in its 4th weekend of release and ahead of the action film Megaforce, which had only 2.3 million. It dropped out of the top. It dropped out of the top 10 grossing films after only 3 weeks and ended its run earning a total of $19.6 million against a $15 million budget, making it only the 42nd highest grossing film of 1982. It was not a box office failure, but it wasn't a hit either.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I don't think it made budget. I don't think that thing made budget.
Okay. I'll say this: any movie that comes out, let's just say $12 million budget, $1 million of that went into advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Just off of that. $1 million of it went into advertising. 15. He only made 19.6. 1982.
And they had to remember they had to redo shit.
They had to redo shit, which I think is what all it probably, led up to it costing $15 million. It's really hard to say that this movie honestly made his money back.
But there is one saving grace, especially for horror movies in the 1980s. VHS. Thank Christ. Tough break.
You said it, VHS.
Hey man, look, man, you better take your ass over to VHS. That's what it was, man.
Go to your local mom and pop video store.
And like I said, like all of them back in the day, they did very well for the horror market. That's right, VHS, ladies and gentlemen.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
You damn right. So, but luckily for the movie, like I said, real talk, and especially a lot of the cult movies that came out of the 80s, much like Puppet Master and God, I'm trying to think of another one that came in the 80s that was actually kind of popular. But you have some of these movies that just came out.
Child's Play.
Child's Play. They benefited off of that fucking, especially Child's Play's cover on the first one. You know what I mean? Chucky.
Nah.
That was the second one. I'm thinking of.
The second one was him with the giant scissors cutting the Jack in Box head off. No, the first cover was just Chucky's eyes overlooking the apartment.
Overlooking the apartment of that poor woman who looked forward and didn't see that toy hammer club her right in the eye. Ah!
Now, of course, VHS. I think what was it? VHS box covers and subsequent covers years down the road always showed Chucky doing this shit. with the good guy knife. I'm kind of glad they got rid of that because they gave him a freaking butcher knife that was literally more than half his height.
Again, like we said, the motif. Chucky will stick with the motif of good guy. Oh yeah, the good guy Brandon.
So, all right, so check this out. So going back to the story, Doc and Mac are checking out the Norwegian site, and they're finding all of these strange things. They found a freaking block of ice, wondering what the hell was in there. Mm-hmm. And when then they get outside and they look and they go, God, what the hell was that? Is that like a man or something? Like whatever the hell it is, they burnt it up in a hurry. So Mac has the genius idea of, hey Doc, let's get a shovel. They decide to dig it up and load it onto the chopper. Because, considering that it's frozen solid outside.
What's it going to do?
I know, right? The double face thing. So then they decide to fly back. They fly back to the base. And then we get that shot from the trailer of, we found this. And then as soon as they pull that cover off and we see it. And this is what I love about John Carpenter's The Thing is, you can't tell what the hell it is. It's just this weird blob of shit. Okay. There's arms, there's legs, there's two human faces melded together. It doesn't have any, the thing itself isn't anything it's nothing that's identifiable, which is what's cool about it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have a standard look of what the alien is supposed to be.
Not at all. It has
you think, all right, damn, this has been some crazy shit. Everybody decides to break off and get the hell away from it. The dog, aka the Thing, probably the perfect imitation, had spent that entire time just roaming around the camp. And you notice there was a shot where it walked down the hall and went inside a room, and you just see the shadow of somebody. Carpenter again playing with the audience. That was nobody. That was nobody in particular. He hired an extra to just do that, just be in that role. Now, to some people, they think that was Norris who first came in contact. Technically, it was Bennings, because the dog licked his face at the very beginning of the movie when right before he got shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Clark.
Already came. No, what? Not Clark. It was Bennings, the one that got shot in the leg. See, he was the first one that came in contact with him. Like, the thing was like, shit, I'm already about to get like Bennings was like, not Bennings. Like the dog was like, shit, I'm getting attacked. Let me go ahead and you human, yes, lick. White
people, help me. You like dogs, right? Everybody likes a good pup. Come on.
I'm a sled dog. Look at me.
Come on, look at me. I'm a fluffy boy. Come on. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Shoot them crazy little German niggas, man.
By the way, thank you for that, D, because freaking McCready kept referring to them as Swedes, like crazy Swedes. So like, nigga, they are Norwegian.
Sir, they are Norwegian. I don't give a fuck what they are. No, McCready. I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn what. I don't give a damn what they are. Reagan told us to shoot on sight.
Oh, God.
I remember, y'all. This is the 80s. This is actually, I'm sorry. Jimmy Carter is the president at this time. So this is America hating itself because we can't blow shit up. Oh, the military and the way it is in this country. Anyway, yes.
So they first they cart this thing back into into the room. Now, Windows and Bennings, they were the first ones that I remember they first noticing, and Windows being the smartest one to say what any logical person was thinking. Man, we ought to just burn these things. It's like, why? Why should we do that? That's going to give somebody the Nobel Prize. Again, if I can't identify what the hell this is, burn it. Kill it with fire.
By the way, I'm just getting it out the way already. Well, no, not getting it out the way. But with all the quietness and the misdirection that's going on, there's one misdirection that I absolutely love because I still partially think it led to something. Ah! Who has that type of reaction with a dog walking through their leg?
Oh, yeah.
As much as I think it's misdirection, a part of me thinks the thing was like this. Just like fuck it. I ain't even do nothing. I ain't even transfer shit to this nigga. I'm just starting stuff. Prequel to things that are gonna come. Wait a minute, where you taking me? So you take this damn dog in the kennel with the rest of them, and
Clark. Yeah, all right.
Meanwhile, Eris, they're down there. Can they talk to somebody?
I got you. Look, we're 1,000 miles away from nowheres, man. It's going to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets any better. That's part B. Here's part A. Nobody. Look, I haven't been able to reach shit in 2 weeks. I doubt anybody's talked to anybody on this entire continent, and you want me to reach somebody.
All right, now a couple things. Gary, love the Fallout shelter colors you got there on there.
That is a Fallout shelter. The Fallout gang colors.
Man.
The Pip Boy color.
That boy, I'm like he missing that shit on his arm, nigga. That's all he did at that point. And then you know, playing like but yo, I love how the 1970s are alive in this movie. So the glasses, the hair, the fact that everybody smells like beer and really, really cheap marijuana in that joint. Like I love it. I don't know. I just had to mention that. Yeah. But that adds to the fact that they're still out there by themselves. Like you said, it's been 2 weeks.
I mean,
So
it's been 2 weeks since they last had any contact with anybody, which again, going back to the prequel, because of the shit that went down at the Norwegian camp, they haven't been able to reach anybody because they did actually attempt to reach out to U.S. Outpost 31, and they couldn't reach them.
So what's going on? Is there more? You know, there's an asshole that's like, there was actually an invasion that was happening. Dude, don't turn it into a Marvel movie. No. We need phases for this shit.
No, just no.
I would have loved to see these motherfuckers. Anyway, no. So I got
I want to bring up. Did you again? You know, I said that both Childs and Palmer are cool with each other. They get to chill out in their room watching the dating game and passing the Dutch to each other.
Yes, that wasn't a big blunt, but that was a pretty nice size one for that time. I just like how the fuck he's like, man, look, we're gonna be here for man. Like, I had to think, there's got to be a lot of fucking VHS tapes in that motherfucker, man.
Bro, Palmer, and you know that you done been through at least probably all of them, because when Palmer goes, hold up, I know how this one ends. Take that tape out, put in another one.
I want to also put
y'all
this out
are watching the dating game.
I didn't get a picture of it, but I wish I did, just because that was a top of the line. That was VHS. It was beta, wasn't it? That was a beta recorder. That was a beta recorder, man. Either way,
definitely looked like beta.
Either way, that was a top of the line one, because you can tell with the wood grain on the outside.
If it has wood grain, it's top of the line.
Gotta understand, man. Wood grain, off burnt amber yellow and red.
You spent all of $300 on that thing.
Sir. Sir. $2,000, like $1,000. What the fuck? This is the United States Army. All right. This is the United States Army. All right.
What Army grade or government grade?
This is post Cold War. They still got the green light to spend money. So
But no, I mean, everybody's doing, just regular shit. And then when the dog gets put into the kennel, I love how the other dogs have that reaction of, oh, nigga, danger's in here. Something ain't right about this damn dog.
Hey, what's up, man? Where you from, man? Yeah. Like me and my cousin, man, we're actually from South Africa. We were bred out there, and they just took us down here, man. So, so where you from, man?
No, the other dog in the corner. Hey, y'all know that nigga?
Man, he speak German, man, because he came from the Norwegian camp, bro. I know. Hey, Guten Tag, Venezuela.
They're like, hey, look, y'all know that nigga? Like, nah, man, I ain't never seen. Nah, something.
Shit.
Shit. Nah, nigga, I don't know him. You know him? Nah, I don't know him.
Who shit? My earphones fell out.
Oh, okay. But no, I was saying, saying the dogs just looking at him like, hey, look, y'all know that nigga? I don't know that nigga. Y'all ever seen him before? Hey, nigga, hey, where you from, man? Where you from?
Why you not talking? Hey, I know what it is. Hey, Jay, go over there and sniff his ass, bro.
Nah, I ain't going over there, man.
Hey, sniff his ass, nigga. You act like
something ain't right, man.
No, man, I ain't doing that shit, man.
Nope. Hold up. Here's the best part. The dogs are able to tell that that's not a dog either.
Man, nah, nigga. What are you, nigga? Niggas, you? Nah, nigga, no.
Whatever it is, ain't no damn dog.
Eris, got the one car, got the one dog coming. Hey, yo, Mike, you see this dog? There ain't no fucking dog, nigga. Nah, bro. Nah. I'm out here, man. Nah, I'm out this shit, man. Nah, y'all can talk to him. Whoa, hey, what's going on?
This one being the smart one.
The dog, yes, I'm about to say that one dog was like, I'm getting out of here. Rover was like, nah. This nigga literally bit the cage up to try to get out of there. That is some scary crap, man. When dogs start doing that, why are y'all?
When dogs are that damn terrified.
Hey! CO!
Guard!
So, So, as y'all see on my list, Eris, these are all the people. The first victim, dogs. The dogs are gone.
Wait, hold on. Technically, the first victims are the Norwegians.
I was going to say this. No, D, you forgot about the first two people. I was going to say this. They German, man. Ain't nobody going to miss that.
The Norwegians.
Again, misrepresenting where they're from. Ain't nobody going to miss them niggas. Yo, but the fact that, so Child's getting up, man. I gotta get the fuck up. Everybody's panicking because they see this fucking alien and shit. Child's back there like, man, I don't want to do this and all. What's up, bro? He said, Max said to get the flamethrower. Max, what the what?
Like, man, that's what he said. Now go get it. I'm like, oh, man, shit.
Man, these fucking crackers. You know that's what he said. You know that's what he said.
I am pretty sure.
That is a black man that was born in the early 50s. He said, I'm sick of these crackers. That's the first thing out out his mouth. Child's get over there like, man, I want to, whoa, okay. That thing is living. Shoot it, Matt. Shoot it, little Childs. Man, that thing like real.
Now hold on.
They got an eyeball.
Now here's the funny thing. Weapons, our feeble weapons on Earth do nothing to the thing.
Yes.
It ate all them bullets. Whatever, nigga.
So what do you do when something you can't do that to? Well, number one, I learned this. You must eradicate it. Eradicate it. That means nuke it, set it on fire, do what you can. You know what? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Eris, there's a thing that we are all stardust, and that's what we are. We're all a stardust. The elements that are in fire are the same elements that are in the human body. So ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Burn this motherfucker.
Just burn it.
That's the only thing you can do. The outside of that is explosions because that contains fire. So, that being said, yeah, most of our regular weapons like firearms to stop. Apparently, that's bullshit.
One cool thing though was what came out of that scene with the dogs would be later inspired and put into Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. So
great use of practical effects here. That model of God, whatever the hell this is supposed to be.
It looks like it's going to be in a stop motion video with the California raisins.
Not quite. Too advanced.
Just my designation, bro. Running away from me.
I like how they just literally took anything and everything and just threw it at it.
The only thing I don't like, and I'm going to keep it a buck, I don't like the frozen drool. I think there's no purpose of that.
I mean, it is. The whole thing, dude, the thing was frozen. It was in the ice.
No, that's the thing they took out the cage.
Well, no, wait.
Is it?
No, because that one was burnt. Because remember, there was two. There was two signs. First of all, the one that they burned in the cage, but that was the dog. The one that McCready and Copper brought back was the other one, and that one didn't come to life until they put it in the storage room.
You're right.
And the first thing it came into contact with was Bennings.
I forgot about that. Okay, cool. Again,
which is what led to this.
It's easy to do that. Just breathe in and go for a hazy voice. It's easy to do. It's really easy to do.
Bro, that scream, I'm like, yeah, burn him, please.
So with all this investigation, so finally, all right, y'all. Apparently, we gotta go back to that. We gotta go back to what the fuck Norwegians saw, man. Now they saw it on the tape, did they? That's what they saw it on.
Yeah, the first thing they noticed was, they're planting thermite charges. They've been spending a whole lot of time that like a couple of miles north from their camp. There was this big site they blew, and then, after the thermite charges, they blew up like this big thing in the ice, and they discovered this.
Okay, now D has no problem with the alien spaceship. I did have a problem with it in the prequel, but we're not talking about that because they investigated the goddamn ship. Anyway, but no, it could have worked. But my thing was this: now you saw now
technically, D, this shot was the other side of the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I forgot that thing is like a big. That's my problem. That this is my only minor problem with the movie, and this comes from me trying to put too much into it. I'll grant it that, you know what I mean. But I always looked at the size of that fucking ship, and I thought to myself, "Where is everything else in that damn ship?"
Mm-hmm.
Also, if it's that damn big, how big was the thing before it hopped out that motherfucker? What was it when it hopped out that thing? Second of all, was it just like a part of me thinks like, was it just one alien that was on there that was dying and it like it is a whole story with that too. And if the sort, if the prequel was actually worth a damn, no, that would have saved it. It would have never saved it. The point is, I always kind of didn't like the fact that where's the cockpit to this shit? You know what I mean?
This is
more
classic.
You spit on it, the more you question this shit.
No, D, that spaceship honestly was inspired by 1950s flying saucer where you don't know where the cockpit is.
Yeah, so, that's why. Look. Here's my thing, y'all. Aliens exist. That's what the government tells me. So my thing is this: why would they be flying in those shit? Like, where's the is it something where you sit in the middle and it's like the joke off of G Gundam where something encapsulates you or something like what? Like, where's the cockpit?
I mean, I'm with you on that question because if you look back at the very beginning before the title pops up, we see this damn thing just spinning towards Earth. And I'm like, how do you steer? Like, because it's just going in a full cycle, hurtling towards Earth, and it crash lands in Antarctica and just sat there for 100,000 years.
Well, Eris, you know me, man. I'm an adult. I'm thinking deeper than that. So what you putting that John 93 or 87?
E85 before it became a thing.
E85, yeah. Hey, look. I always laugh at that shit because, again, like, how do you operate that thing? And like I said, but what was the creature that was in it before it obviously hopped out of that and hopped into one of the people on the fucking gut?
So, to answer that question, as found in Blair's notes, he believes that this thing could have imitated a million life forms on a million different planets before coming to Earth. And there's no way of knowing what the hell it is because its whole its whole purpose is to assimilate with anything it comes into contact with. Like any type of organism that it can replicate itself from, it's what it does. And again, Carpenter, who makes the thing an allegory for disease.
Yeah. And that's my thing. You have this thing that can hop from person to person, like you said, nobody knows. And it does kind of raise the thing like he fucked up another planet, did he? This whole thing fucked up
another.
Or it's always been like, okay. One of the most scariest creatures on Rick and Morty was, I forgot the name of it, was called I'm Mr. Nimbles. And it bites you and you turn into it, and then it just assimilates the whole planet quickly. Like, I'm Mr. Nimbles, I'm Mr. Nimbles, I'm Mr. Nimbles. And all of a sudden, you see the whole planet. I'm Mr. Nimbles. Okay, guys. Rick was like this. Okay, time to jump to a different dimension.
Yep, I'm getting out of this one.
But that's the scary part. How quick does it jump? How fast does it jump? What's the purpose for it? Was it a much like Prometheus? Was this a weapon?
So, like, you know, how quick it does its thing is quite fascinating, because it comes into contact with you like that, and it's already attacking your cells, replicating them at an alarming rate. And what it does is what it does best. It hides. It hides in the imitation of you before fully taking control. You know, hell, it'll sit and lay dormant inside of the person that it's occupying, letting them think, oh, I'm just going to go on about my thing. I'm not infected. Sure. Cut the job.
So you telling me that this motherfucker can be
Cut. I got you, D. I got you. First of all, the best line ever. I don't buy none of this voodoo bullshit.
Also, let's just stop and just play asteroids, man. Come on.
Stop and play asteroids.
That classic game behind
yes.
Man, come on, man. We got the red button on here. We can put as many quarters as we want to on it.
So how's this motherfucker able to get out of the ice? How can it look like a dog?
Well, could be a lot of things. Could be his diabetes acting up. That is D's one Wilford Brimley diabetes joke. That is my one. D will not be doing another one. I do not. I don't jokes, because he was just trying to tell y'all people to check your blood sugar every day. You know, be healthy, all the rest of that. I can respect that, Mr. Brimley. You were in Cocoon, and you was French in that one movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. No, I'm sorry, Cajun with Jean-Claude.
He was Cajun hobo with a shotgun.
No, hobo, no, with a crossbow.
Oh yeah, with a crossbow. That's what it was.
Was it crossbow?
I think it was a crossbow.
God, we got to do the terrible yet fucking awesomeness that is Hard Target again. Not Target, Target. We have to do that movie again. It's beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, like you said, we find out that this motherfucker can jump from body to body, and we're dealing with something that's truly fucking scary, yeah.
Palmer with the insightfulness, talk about chariots of the gods, man. Like, they practically own South America. I mean, they taught the Incas everything they know.
I'm getting sick of all you white people bringing up shit that brown people can't teach themselves anything.
Hey, look, Knowles said it best. Maybe we at war with Norway.
He right.
I mean, we all alone in Antarctica. We don't know what the hell's been happening.
Hey, nigga, like Jimmy Carter could be waiting on this. Hey, Mr. Carter, you won't believe what these Weegians got down here, nigga. like, yo, but yes, oh God. Yes.
Sans mustache.
Let me tell you something. Wilford Brimley, without that mustache, is a jewel. Without that mustache, he's just a regular white guy that's concerned for shit. He has a mustache, he becomes a wise sage.
Wilford Brimley without the mustache. He is the thing. I don't care what anyone said. That's an imitation. Nigga. That ain't real.
Nigga. I ain't never seen Wilford. Look, here's the funny thing. This ain't like his dad Beatty, where when we were born as kids, Nate Beatty was already in his 40s, and we seen him. No. Wilford Brimley, when we were born, was already 63 years old. So I ain't never, when I seen him up there with the axe chopping shit down, like, yo, Wilford, get it before Cocoon starting. You can't do that. You can't do this shit no more. Whoa, man, yeah,
man. So just, you know, like to go back to this movie, you know, Blair comes up with this idea. Well, this hypothesis, if you will, of study. He studies this organism and puts together the idea that, hey, just off of this simulation, the intruder cells attacks the dog cells. Damn, it did not take long for it to copy itself. And, so that one's a copy. This is the real thing. Damn, I almost can't even tell the difference between the two of what's imitation and what's real.
I don't have this.
All right. Time to calculate this shit. Probability of an alien taking over the entire planet. Holy shit. 27,000 hours within the first attack. The entire world is taken over.
Are you sure, Blair? Are you sure you can do that? McCready, this is a ColecoVision computer. It can't lie to no one.
It's a ColecoVision computer. I mean, seriously, that information, bro, the entire world population infected 27,000 hours from first contact.
You know what? I'm letting my suspension of disbelief go, but D has to ask. Yes, I know the American government has shit like that. Yeah, because our nukes still run on floppy disk. Okay, so I know that we had. Shut up, Harris, because I know that we had technology like that advanced. But I'm just sitting there like, what metrics are you putting in that computer to give you? It didn't have the processing speed, dog. That's a single regular computer. Well, no, I'm sorry. He had several towers. No,
bro, that was
towers.
Yeah, those are all those supercomputers.
Woo, Eris. It's all those supercomputers, man.
500 megabytes.
I might be kind. Here's the funny thing. I'm probably right. I'm just guessing, but I'm probably right.
1982. Yeah.
Those are 5 wall computers. I'm gonna say that's probably how much it was. I bet that nigga was flying. Click, click, click. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I love the speed on this thing. He's playing solitaire.
We already backed up to Bennings was the thing, got burnt, and and everybody's trying to piece together what the hell is happening here at the camp. Now, did you notice that the one person was missing when the fuse went out, and Bennings, after Bennings became the thing, McCready says, "Hey, look, we got to burn the rest of them. So we're gonna burn him. We're gonna burn that other, that carcass of the other thing that we found." And everybody thinks at this point it's over with. Nah, dog. Before the thing even decided to show itself in Bennings, it already made its move with other people.
Oh yeah. This is one of my running theories of this movie, that the thing could live in people for a while without them knowing it. Yeah, I think that's the biggest, scariest part. And the reason why I say that is because from this point onward, Blair moved like a nigga that knew something was up, but also moved like a nigga that was already infected.
I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that, because when he starts to destroy the radio room, there's two sides of this. On one side, you think, hey, look, I'm taking this shit out because I want to stop this thing from trying to reach outside contact. Yeah, we're pretty much endangering ourselves, and we're pretty much burying ourselves here by being stuck with it. But put it this way, if we can find some way to stop it from reaching the outside, we'll at least save the world. Other side of that, I'm gonna act like I'm doing this just to throw off that misdirection, so I can attack everybody else later.
Yep. and it explains both sides of that, and also
basically, basically by doing that, I'm gonna stop them from trying to reach, call for help.
And also, then again, I think Blair actually went batshit. He legit went batshit.
He came to the realization that shit is officially real, and there's no way we can stop this. This shit is gonna spread and continue to spread, and if it goes to a well-populated area, it's a wrap. Right now, it's just 12 of us. Well, 10 now, but
Nigga, you saw that. You saw that shit. You saw that nigga breathed in so loudly. That was so scary, man. Like, no, I can't take this shit. Like I said, McCready is the only. It's funny. I will give the movie this. The movie realized that you have only one person to follow. You can only you need somebody to trust in this whole storyline, and I will give McCready that grace that he is legit, not the thing. I will give him that grace that he's not infected at all, because everybody else's motivations don't make a lick of sense.
They don't
until the ending.
Right.
I say that because just going to jump to it, Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Blair. Wait a minute. What are you doing here, Charles? No, seriously, nigga. What you doing here? I thought you was done. I thought you was dead. And okay.
You're the only one. You're the only one who made it. I ain't the only one.
And that look on Charles' face is like, I knew
it. Did you kill it? Did you kill it? I'm not even going to answer that question. I'm going to ask this question. Where were you, Charles?
Nah,
we'll get to.
Nah, nigga. Don't worry.
No,
but like I
said,
get to the ending. But Eris, I after watching this one more time, not even watching it. I didn't watch this after the last time I told you I watched this, but after sitting on it, and I told you I always believe Charles. When rethinking it right before we started this, and I talked about Blair, that made me kind of change my whole outlook on this whole movie. Mm-hmm. I really think the thing infected everybody, but we'll go into that. Go ahead.
So this shot here of Gary, this shot right here of Gary chasing down Windows, who decided to kick open the kick open that freaking cabinet with all their guns in it, right? Also, if you notice in the shot where Windows went to reach for the shotgun and bullets, they took the rifle that the Norwegians used after.
Yeah, I noticed that. That too.
So Windows, who's already freaking out, like, you guys gonna listen to Gary? Seriously, he could be one of those things. And what started that mess was they decided to come up with a blood test. Like Hopper came up with the idea of, hey, listen, here's an idea. We can get a sample of everybody's blood, mix it with uncontaminated blood, and we can find out who's human that way. So when they ran in and they noticed that, oh shit, somebody got to the blood. Like, not only was it tampered with, it was pretty much destroyed.
Destroyed.
And here's what was weird. It wasn't forced open. It wasn't broken open or anything. Someone opened it, destroyed the blood, and closed it back and locked it up as if nothing happened.
And that's the shit that got me. That was that really shows you this is on some real Among Us bullshit. Ah, shit, man, the heater don't work, bro. It is really on that level of that, yo. Because really, that's all the thing did. All right. So this is what they call blood. All right. Blood. You still don't understand English good.
So get this. Now, this shot, now going back to this shot here with Gary, everybody's blaming one another. Gary says, hey, look, I don't know about
when Gary put out that blicky, look at Charles looking dead at Niles. I told you I might want to bring that again. I told you.
Seriously. Now you want to now get
look here's Niles. I told you that shit too, nigga.
D, here's a better part for you. Guess who's missing from this shot?
I was trying to notice that. I see McCready. I see now. Well, Blair's not there. Number one,
Blair's missing, and Norris is missing.
Yeah,
and Palmer.
Mm-hmm. Where's Palmer at?
He was behind him.
Where is Palmer?
In this shot, he was I want to say he was somewhere behind Childs. But of course, in this shot, you can't tell because everybody ran down the hall, and the ones that were the last ones to show up was was Palmer, Norris, and of course Blair wasn't around. And Fuchs. That was the other one that was also missing too.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, Gary says, "Look, I don't know about Copper, but I give you my word that I did not go near that blood. But perhaps you guys will feel better if somebody else was in charge." He decided to give up his position of authority and say, "Hey, look, Norris, I don't see anybody opposing you being in charge." Here was my first sign of sus. When Norris looked at everybody and said, I'm sorry, guys, I'm not up to it. You're like me, sus.
Oh, you look! Right there, Harris. Everybody got the Among Us logo, avatars. Sus. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. He didn't want to take on any position of authority. He didn't want to be put in a leadership position. Someone who obviously knows the situation, knows what they've been dealing with, since they've been there as long as they have. I wouldn't see Norris saying no. That already led me to believe he's been infected. Now that was Thing Norris going, no, you're gonna say no. Say no. I want nothing to do with this. I don't even know what you do. I just took over you. I don't even know what your day-to-day is.
Dude, you're fat. I don't like you.
It's like you're just another warm body for me.
Human beings are absolutely actually amazing. I will give you that. This is an interesting species. I will give it that.
So naturally he's like, nah, I don't, I'm not about that life. Charles, still human. I'll take it. Clark, who's somewhat racist, pulls out a knife on Charles and goes, "The hell you will." McCready diffusing the whole situation. I think maybe it should go to someone a little bit more even-tempered. Charles.
That's when Dee saw future Kurt Russell in Hey Wait. Now we know how you niggers are when you get kind of mad. So we just got to make sure that you don't have a gun, Niles. Oh, come on. Yes, I had to do his voice right. Oh, come on, man. I don't want to. Man, take my gun, nigga. All right. Don't want you colors to get too beside yourself and thinking that you can run shit. No, let me be real.
Kurt Russell turned into John Roof.
I absolutely love John Roof until his little sipping ass. You lied to me.
Like, what's the matter, John Roof? Hurt your feelings? As a matter of fact, you did.
I just love that phrase. Like, he said, so that was true. All that
was horse shit.
The black man pause. Yeah.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. Oh God! And again, like I said, the most rated actor in the whole movie, my girl. Talk your shit, nigga. Talk your shit. No, talk that sass, nigga. Talk that sass. Boy, I love that line so much. Even in the most race, that is racist, yes. But she gave her props. Like, hey, nigga. Right. Hey, nigger, hard R. Love it. Love it. Need more of that. Hey, hello, hey. You earned that one, nigger. Anyway.
Wait.
So, guys,
Okay.
why can't you talk about the movie?
No, D, that by the way, D, that was Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, I fucked up her. I didn't want to fuck her, but she was the most underrated in that movie, yeah. And I didn't get to say it. Actually, I think I give it up. She had one of the coolest parts of the movie. Hey, John Roof, can I get that guitar? There, go here, bitch. This heifer get on there. Yeah. Oh, I will. Yo!
It's like Jennifer can blow.
Hey, yo, I'm here.
You muted D.
I just know when she was singing. Quentin Tarantino. All right, now take off that shoe. Untie your shoe a little bit. That's all I need. Show me the foot. I told you it wasn't in the contract. You ain't got to show it. Just show me you're faster than that shit. Wow. Thing. Okay. So anyway, I think it is kind of funny where racism did kind of stop Charles from having a fucking gun.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the look on his face is like, man, black man can't be in charge of nothing. That was the exact face he made too. Like,
so
these crackers be in charge of my life.
By the way, that shot, I mean, that scene when Blair goes nuts and destroys the radio room. I love that they decided to send Childs in there first to try to diffuse the situation. I'm like, so why are y'all setting his ass up? Why are y'all doing that?
Also, I didn't put this in here, but D has to do this. Hey, hey, which one of your grown ass men put these nasty ass
Yeah, when they were trying to figure out how the alien came in, Knowles just rollerskated his way into the scene. So, which one of you disrespectful men left his dirty drawers in the kitchen trash can?
Now, let me tell you
From now
something.
on, I want my kitchen clean, all right? Germ free.
Now, let me tell you something. It's funny for D. It's funny for D because there's someone went down at my job where somebody had to say the same thing. Which one of you grown men? You have to put out there that their age and that everybody in this whole room are adults. So which one of you nasty ass grown men? I'm never going to say what happened, but it was like, nah. And guess what? It could have been if like it was one of those situations where I don't know who did it, but if it's magically gone at the end of the day, no one's going to have to, we don't have to deal with this. We got to the end of the day. Which one of you nasty ass niggas? Anyway, I just like, you got to bring up, you grown men. Anyway.
So which one of you disrespectful grown? Living dirty drawers in the kitchen trash can.
Dirty draw. Here's me. I whiffed that in the trash can. They in the middle of
the kitchen.
Harris, mind you, in the middle of fucking Antarctica. It ain't like the trash man's going to show up on Thursday. John Carpenter is the thing.
Guaranteed if it did, it ain't human anymore.
You know what? Look, I'll get to that when we get to the end of the movie so I can say certain things. Anyway.
So I'm glad you brought that up, by the way. Man, no, but going back to freaking Blair breaking up the radio room, just trashing it, destroying everything. You're going to send in the black man to try to defuse the situation, knowing full well that Norris just told everybody, stay back, he's got a gun.
Boy, Blair, full chest. I'll kill you.
Thank God he had the aim of Hawkeye in this one because he shot the wall.
Thank God he had the aim of Wilford Brimley.
He had the aim of Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley had the aim of Wilford Brimley sans hard target.
Sans before he realized that his blood sugar was really, really high and his cholesterol was breaking on him. People don't learn about diabetes until it's too late. So it is very important. Oh, God.
So my favorite part, like from that scene of him going nuts, they broke out the table from the rec room and used it as a battering ram / shield and covered him with it. McCready coming in with them stock ass punching sound effects.
Speaking of which, there are a couple of what Dee like to call Pink Panther grunts that happen in this movie. Eric, you're laughing because you grew up with Pink Panther and you know exactly what sound effect I'm talking about. Also, there's a gloop sound that we hear in cartoons. It's played several times in this movie.
Here. This shot being one.
You know what? I showed that to Donnie, and Donnie was like, "Dad, what's the white thing? Are those teeth?" Or I'm like, "Son, those are like, son, he's a monster. I don't know what they are at this point." I said this, son. He's an anime monster at this point. I don't know what he's
anime monster.
This is another one. He's a Tetsuo. He's a Tetsuo right now. I don't know.
Oh God.
He's a Tetsuo.
He's a Tetsuo at this point.
Like it's a name, like it's a brand of car. The new Tetsuo with 5 limbs this time.
With 5
limbs, posh carpeting,
copious amounts of veins,
and don't forget about blood. You're saying, where's this blood pumping from? Stop asking questions.
Stop asking questions. Just obey and consume product.
Yes, everything is fine. Don't worry, people. We found Tupac's killer. Everything is okay in the country. You don't have to look to Congress. We're not fucking up. Look at this random picture. Look at this random picture of Joe Biden falling asleep. Wacky politics.
Sir.
Yes.
They lock up Crazy Blair in a storage, like in a shack. Just a random shack. To think that they actually thought about putting him in McCready's room. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you lock somebody who attempted to kill everybody in the room with somebody?
And I like how these niggas, it just got, when they finally got Blair in there, Blair was like just sitting there looking all sad. McCready was like, so, you all right? That's a face of a man who already had who is fighting back the thing that is in his body to tell McCready, we're all dead, nigga. Just burn everything.
Bro, this man comes in and says, "No, I don't think he was fully infected yet." Now, this is where him breaking the radio room kind of throws things off, in my opinion, because here I think he's still who he is. Like, when McCready asks him, "How you doing, man?" Look, I don't know who to trust. I understand how you feel, Blair. Trust is in short supply these days. I tell you what, I'm gonna leave this bottle for you here. Why don't you just trust in the Lord? Look,
boy,
what?
That nigga told him, be with Jesus, bruh.
Go with God. Man said, "What?"
Christ.
This man said, "Watch Clark." What? I said, "Watch Clark. And watch him close. Do you hear me?" Okay.
All right, nigga.
You know, sure, I'm gonna take advice from somebody who destroyed the radio room. Oh, I forgot to mention, you destroyed the radio room. You also took out the tractor, the chopper, and you killed all the dogs.
Again, don't trust Clark.
Okay, bitch, you said it.
So he really, so again, at this point, they're trying to figure out, all right, what do we do? We with him locked up, we got to figure out how we're going to try to, deal with this situation. They said, no, we're not going to just let him sit there and we wait it out until spring. Somebody in this camp they ain't who they say they are. Like hell, like right now, it's only it may be one or two of us, but by the time spring gets here, maybe all of us. Again, forward thinking McCready.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when it came up, circling back to that blood test idea.
Mm-hmm.
Child's asking probably the best question: how do we know who's human? If I was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how would you really know if it were really me? Unlike a certain prequel where I don't know if you had fillings in your teeth or something inorganic.
Okay. Okay, we're here at that point. We're here at that point. And Sarah, we're talking this shit. We have to actually review the first one now. I mean the prequel now. But that being said, Eris, that does bring up a theory that a lot of people always brought up about the thing, which was the inorganic matter. Can it consume shit? Does it know the difference and stuff and all the rest of that? When you have any type of body snatcher type of storyline, you're going to have these questions come up of pretty much what are the limits of it controlling over somebody's body? Is it one of those things as soon as it hop in, it gains all our knowledge? Is it just one of those things where it's just literally hiding and it's just using it? It's always a lot of that shit. And people like the perfect copy one, which I get it. And I think the reason why people think that is because remember early in the movie where Windows was just walking around and he saw your boy tied up.
Yeah. He dropped the keys for one thing.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that didn't come back. Didn't come back.
No, it didn't. Well, see, that's what led to that whole confusion about the blood.
That's what I said. That didn't come back. The thing.
Finally!
Opening. Opening. So yeah, I do agree with some people. As stupid as it is, like, oh man, he's missing a feeling. That's stupid. I think that's kind of dumb.
He's missing a feeling. He's missing an earring. He's missing a chain necklace. He's missing just something inorganic. First of all, when it takes over your body, it rips through your clothes.
Yeah. Now that's
so there's that.
Yeah, and you gotta know, and I get that, but at the same time, whatever. I think it's one of those things where you sit and think too hard, you're gonna start making up bullshit like this. And unfortunately, as much as it makes, I want to say makes sense, but as much as you could kind of make it a thing for the movie, it takes away from the original movie and the fact that there were just so many open questions about it. You know what I mean? I think the more you start trying to solidify its powers, the more you take away from the movie. And that's like I said, the other couple people I knew that didn't like this movie, that was their one thing. Like, well, why didn't we know this? Or why didn't they say this? And why didn't they say that? It's the mystery that is the most haunting thing in the whole fucking movie. Because you can't predict shit. You really can't predict shit. And if you did give a solid rule, it has to be a solid rule and actually played out through the whole movie, or a rule where it's literally a sliding fucking goalpost where it benefits the thing and no one else. You know what I mean? You have to be a little bit clever with it. So as much as I kind of dig the idea, hey, wait a minute, nigga, what happened to your ring? Like I get that. I get that. That's kind of cool. But at the same time, I think the thing be like, what the fuck's a ring, bruh? Oh shit, fuck it. Oh shit! I said something stupid.
So,
So,
so, so going going further into this, I mean, like first, I want to know like how much time has passed, which they kind of don't show it in this movie, like the actual passage of time, how many days have gone by, you know, how much actual time has gone by, you know, since the first encounter with the dog.
and since they're in Antarctica, that's a bigger question. You know, you don't know what time it is and all the rest of that shit. You know, because time does time does flow differently in Antarctica because days are like 2 days and shit like that because of the position of the sun. So yeah, I do give you that. I will say this: I ain't at the most 3-4 days has passed. Not in between the time of shit happened, but I think over the course of all this is about 4 days. I think that will make the most. I don't know. That's me.
I mean, it could be. I know. First, Blair. I'm sorry. What's his name? Fuchs. He decides to take over the rest of. He decides to take over the rest of Blair's notes and try to, you know, come up with, you know, like come up with a solution to what we're dealing with. And I like how he was minding his own business, you know, coming up, writing notes. In comes Silent McCready. You figured out anything? Maybe one or two ideas. Look, McCready. If something like if an organism like this, you know, can come into contact with just the smallest part of us, I think maybe everyone should start preparing their own meals. And I highly suggest we start eating out of cans only. All right. Going about his business.
Well.
Now, Fuse gets blown. Fuchs decides to make his way out, and then we get that we get that sweet synth. Like, what was that? Or who was that?
That was Ennio Morricone doing this to the keyboard, but yeah. I think it was the thing.
It just passes by. He goes out looking for it, breaks out the flare, and that's the last we see of Fuchs alive. Everybody's asking, hey, someone blew out a fuse. Where the hell's Fuchs? What's going on? All right, look.
Yep.
This is all right, fine. This is Windows Knowles, you're with me. Everybody else, stay put. We'll both be back here in about 20 minutes regardless. So they run out looking for him. They find him. They find that burnt remains of Fuchs. Like, damn. Well, what are we gonna do now? All right, you go back inside. Tell them we found Fuchs. Well, shit. Where are we going? We're gonna go up to my shack. What the hell are we going up there for? Because when I left yesterday, I turned the lights off.
Now, Dee, who watched the movie years later after, God, I remember one time watching it though when I saw that and I forgot about the part. Why y'all going in there?
Yeah, why would you go up? Why would you go there?
You don't have to. You can stay outside. The thing is out there. The thing is clearly out there. You don't have to do that.
So
that scared the shit out of me. Like, dog, no, man. That's a mission in the video game. I'm not about to do that.
And you know, the crazy part is Knowles, while he was up there with McCready, he cuts back first. He made sure that he was in line. He made sure he was in front. He gets back inside, banging on the door, like, look, let me in, man. Hurry up, let me in. Where's McCready? I cut him loose. Like, listen, while we was up in his shack, I found this. Basically, he found his long johns. It was ripped open with his name tag on it. He said, hey, look, he's one of them. And I'm thinking, that was kind of like a throwaway thing that just came and went because it never was proven whether or not McCready was the thing. But Matt comes back, breaks into a window, and he's inside the freaking closet, knowing that he got left behind. I do. I like how they were trying to come up with the idea of whether or not do we leave him out there? Do we bring him in? Like, come on, man, let's open the door. It'll be our best chance to blow it away. Like, why? Like, why the hell are you so damn anxious to let it in here? We should just let him freeze to death outside. Windows, being the only one that gives a shit. Childs, what if we're wrong about him? Well, then we're wrong.
I love how Keith David in 2 separate John Carpenter movies was faced with the idea of saving a white man, and he said, no. That is a track record that niggas would have killed for in the 1980s. And Keith David got to do it twice.
The man said, no. In fact, all right, fine. The guy inside the supply room, you're a dead man, McCready, or a dead whatever the hell you are.
I love what we got was frostbit Kurt Russell with a whole Acme stick of dynamite in his hand.
Bruh, the Acme roll. The Acme roll of dynamite. The Acme roll of dynamite.
Shout outs to Stan Winston and them anyway. But shout out to them for, all right, Kurt, stay still. We're gonna just blow all this Christmas frost on you.
Oh God.
Oh man, no, of course, Trey. I don't think you knew this, but this is one of my favorite, absolutely my favorite movie, man. I'm glad we can be that break for you, my nigga, as always, yeah. But yo, I love the frost on the beard. Look at
frost-bitten beard.
Like how they blew this nigga the fuck up, and but to give McCready his due.
He was about that life.
I'm fucking all y'all up. Back up.
This man said, anybody touches me, the whole camp goes. That was at least, I want to say at least 8 sticks of dynamite.
And his child. Go ahead.
I'm like 8 sticks of dynamite, all electrical tape together.
You know, McCready was like searching through shit. Like, what I'm gonna use? He's cold as shit, still looking over his shoulder because he don't know the thing is gonna show up, and he just
You know, my question is this.
That's him going to the stove to get on the other side.
My question is, McCready, how the hell did you get all them sticks of dynamite, stitch them shits together, and put them together with one fuse?
Guarantee you, this move went down, Eric. Got that bitch with
black taped it, and then all the fuses, he just stitched them together, and there you go. Anybody touches me, the whole camp is going up. Y'all back up, put them torches on the ground, and get the hell away from me.
Boy, Kurt Russell did his best version of Martin with the stuffed Rottweiler. Back up.
Best question. Now, here's where it kind of threw me off, but didn't make any sense. I want to say this is like pure continuity error, because they were all together when they were kicking down the door, and McCready was in there by himself. Now, we see windows, we see we see we see Knowles, and we see Childs and Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we don't see Knowles. When he looks at them, it says, "Where's the rest?" Inside the storage room was freaking Knowles and Norris. I'm like, how did you not see them? They were inside. First of all, how did they get in there?
Well,
because when he kicked open the door, it was only Childs who entered, and everybody else was behind him. Continuity. What is that?
Like, was it something that we didn't? I don't know. Whatever. I know that
it didn't make any sense. I was like, how the hell did they get in? Anyway, he knocks the both of them down. He's like, hey, look, man, it's cool. It's all right, man. It's all good. Norris is out. Man has a heart attack. Goes into full cardiac arrest. Copper decides, hey, look, bring that defibrillator over. We're going to go ahead and try to revive him. After about 2 or 3 electric shocks, we get the most cartoonish shit ever. It bites.
Feed me, Seymour. Ass stomach.
His stomach opens up, and I like how the arms are also fake too.
Yeah.
They get bit, like his arms get bitten, like bit off. And
Hold on. This is why I rolled up my sleeve, because it gets bit about right here, but they tear from up here.
yeah. And then we get that, hilarious. We get that hilarious 1970s bloop sound. So at that point, the stomach erupts open, and we get this. I like how, again, the use of practical effects, because we see two versions of that stomach bursting open. Yeah. One is like a solid volcano around the stomach, and the other side it's just flaps. And we get to see all this shit coming out, and we get that.
Yeah. I said this actually before we did this show. You didn't hear me, but I said that's a monster that says the N-word. So why is everything oozing around it? Because I mean, that thing is like now here's the thing. They always go back for I love how horror directors, when it comes to stuff like this, they go for the one tried and true, because they know that's the one thing everybody's going to freak out on. Make it spider-like. Give it multiple legs. Clowns and spiders are like if you were doing Family Feud, those would be the number one and the number two on there where people are afraid of. Clowns and spiders. So yeah, you know for a fact that a lot of them jokes are going to have like multiple legs. Like the tentacles don't really do nothing to me. Now, I don't think that scares people outside the fact that it can probably choke you out, or I say hentai, rape you. So, hey man, look. I tripped over one Full Metal Alchemist junk that wasn't made for. It wasn't straight people. That's all I can say. And where did the tentacle monster come from? I don't even know tentacles on Full Metal. Look, the point is, people are going to be more scared of that shit. And what I always loved about these things, like I said, was not like I said, but the one thing I always liked about it is that they ooze. Seriously, that's the real gross part. And I get that's why some people look at this movie and go, ugh, why does it got to be so disgusting? Because it's not from here. It doesn't give a crap about your stomach. It doesn't
there's nothing about the thing that's supposed to make it identifiable.
Not at all. No, they like, and that's the whole point about aliens anyway. We don't know how they look. Like the luckiest we can get when it comes to an alien race will be they look humanoid. That's the only way we'll see another alien race and not instantly have a uncanny valley moment and we go you know what I mean? So if the motherfuckers come down and they look like Krillin with no nose, we'd be like, okay, you're just weird to look at. But if that thing came down looking like a spider, people will lose their shit. People, oh my God, that one person, life's not real. You know what I mean?
Life's not real.
We'll get that when you get to that sort of thing. That scared the hell out of me as a kid. Shout out to black uncles everywhere showing the movies of Uncle Asian nephews. Until your mama showed you this. Oh man,
it'd be like that.
I got that with Scarface.
Yeah,
I got that with Scarface. Yeah, where it was like, all right, man, look, shut the fuck up. You in here? They don't know you in here. Sit down. Be quiet.
So
I thought I was going to see titties and everything. I didn't see titties. I just saw a white man acting like a Cuban, being the most awesome thing in the world. Anyway,
so freaking McCready comes in with the flamethrower and torches this damn thing. Now, as it's being torched, Norris, who was originally laying there, the head comes alive and pulls itself from the body, from the rest of the body. It slides off the table, and then it grows the spider legs, extra eyes, and then proceeds to hide under the desk, make sure the coast is clear, and then just silently scoots out, trying to make his way towards the door. Hey, spider legs. You know, you could have just kept going. Why did you stand there? Why'd you stay?
I don't have a concept of anything right now. I was just bored. What is life? Why is everything in pain? Must assimilate. Must assimilate.
Palmer, best response. You gotta be fucking kidding. Everybody turned, looked, torched his ass.
Kidding. Wait, guys. We can talk about this. Ah!
Just burn the head up. Now we get to probably the second most fun part of this movie. We see the noose. Well, I want to say not necessarily noose. We see the rope. The same rope, by the way, which was here.
I'm fine. Everything's fine right now. I like to leave.
I'll go back to what happens inside the room in just a moment.
First off, Eric,
prior to that, when they were looking for, like, when McCready and them were looking for Fuchs, Max says, "Hey, you know what? Let me run up here and let me check on Blair right quick. Hey, Blair, you seen Fuchs? Your boy's sitting here eating food out of a can. Got the rope. He's already got the noose. He was ready to do something."
Eris, I think I don't think I'll be a good film critic if I don't say this.
Uh-huh.
This nigga eating beans, bro.
It's either beans or Vienna sausages.
No. Them good old 1975 canned bean.
This man asked him, "Hey, have you seen Fuchs?" Not answering the question, just goes, "I don't want to be out here anymore. I want to come back inside. It's funny things. I hear funny things out here. Have you seen Fuchs, Blair? It ain't Fuchs. It ain't Fuchs." "Well, hold on. Wait a minute, man. Hold on. I want to come back inside. Don't you know? I'm fine. I'm much better now, and I won't harm anyone. But you gotta let me come back inside."
Look. We can't blame Tiger got out the cage. Tiger got out the cage, guys.
I would like to say that at this point in the game,
It's the
Blair.
news. It's the news for D.
I do believe it was the news. At some point, Blair was going to off himself, but somehow the thing got to him, and he's infected now. Or he had been infected the entire time, and once the thing realized he was about to set the noose up, it stopped him and started taking over.
Or the even stupid part. The more stupid part. I've been inside of this body for 10 hours. I have the full concept of what suicide is, and I will know how all these people think. Yes, Gooplark. That's his real name, Gooplark.
We are not giving these things names. Stop.
I was going to say blip or something like that. I was really about to give it something super basic.
Well, look, I'm fine. Look, I'll accept that, because as long as you don't go to the default alien name, Bibble.
Bibble, that's the thing. I remember this. I remember this body that I have in this old man. Something's wrong. Feels like my blood sugar is high. God damn it. I wasn't going to make no more jokes about it. Yeah.
I must vacate this vessel while I have time.
But first, let's make a noose. Let's make a noose. Why are you making a noose for? I want to masturbate. So...
Confusion and misdirection.
That being awesome. That's me saying there. I was thinking that too. He about to kill himself. Or he's going to attempt to kill himself, but he's going to jerk off too. So, hey, win-win, baby. Hey, man, David Carradine had a point. Let's go. Let's do this. Hey, for real. Look, okay. About 2 or 3 years after Mr. Carradine unfortunately died the way he did. Riff Tracks was doing a bunch of movies. They starred David Carradine. Okay, I can't tell you which one it was. It was the one where David Carradine had like a jean jacket. He didn't do no push-ups. He had like a little weapon on his show. It was a terrible movie. Riff Tracks had the goddamn nerve to make so many masturbation jokes, asphyxiation masturbation. It was glorious. I loved it. Anyway.
So going back to
I know it's easy. I know. Anyway,
yeah, going back to like where we last left off. The rope gets thrown in. Hey, McCready, what do you got in mind? We're gonna apply a little test here. The doc's test of the blood test. Gary having the intelligent idea of, hey, let's rush him. He can't blow us all up. You're talking to a man who's got a flamethrower and that Acme roll of dynamite still. You really want to try to rush him?
Shit, yeah.
I'm just saying. Flamethrower, dynamite. You really want to try to take that on.
And that Snake Plissken that you're talking to, too. So I don't know if you can take him, Gary. Charles can probably take him. I don't know about you.
Well, Charles having the intelligent idea. Charles being the confrontational one. You ain't tired me up. Well, then I guess I have to kill you, Charles. Then kill me. My man he walked up to him with that Smith & Wesson, pointed directly at his face. I mean it. I guess you do. Moments before that, Clark, who says, No. Let's do what Max says. I mean, he wasted Norris pretty quick. I mean, didn't he? Look, stop edging over to me, please. That's enough. Keep your distance. I need you to chill. This man snuck and tried to grab the scalpel, thinking that he gonna try to sneak up on Snake Plissken. You gonna sneak up on Snake Plissken, knowing that he's got a gun. I understand. Not sometimes taking knives work better in close quarters. I get all that, but my nigga, you ain't Leon and you ain't Solid Snake, okay? You tried to rush this dude with a scalpel. My man turned, auto aim, pop. One shot, done. Down goes Clark. So
burn his body.
That would have been the idea, right? You would think that would have been the idea to go ahead and burn his body, but no. He shoots him, and he has Palmer tie up the Doc, Clark, and as well as I think what remains of Norris's body's already gone. So
yeah,
Doc and Clark are already tied up.
Norris was part of it too. Norris was tied up first too. Remember,
he was tied up, and freaking Charles was tied up, and Gary was tied up. Windows was the first one. So Windows was the first one to administer to get the test done on him. I'll come back to that shot in just a minute. First, that
thank God.
So by the way, that blood test, this improved version of the blood test, the idea came from McCready saying, watching Norris in there gave me the idea that maybe every part of him was a singular animal that was a part of a whole. You see, when a man bleeds, it's just tissue. Cutting like the blood from one of you things won't necessarily obey. It'll definitely try to attack. Its survival instincts will kick in, and you'll do whatever it takes to ensure your own survival. So, a hot needle against the blood, against contaminated blood. Let's see what happens. First person, he goes to Windows, gets a sample of his blood. Safe. I guess you're all right. All right. Put on the other flamethrower and start getting the blood from everybody else. Mm-hmm. Now they go to Knowles. He's clean. We go to,
I gotta be real with you, Daddy. I thought I was it. I'm a black man in the middle of motherfucking Antarctica. Yeah, I really thought I was the thing for a second.
Then he goes and checks the Doc. All right, Doc's good. He's not infected. Now let's try Clark. Not to mention that he did try it on himself first. He checked himself and he's like, yeah, obviously I know I'm not infected. He checks Clark. That's sus. He wasn't infected. Childs. Clark was human, huh? That makes you a murderer, don't it? Throw that out the window now.
I gotta be real with you. Look, Charles, look. I have rooted for you every freaking second of the way in this movie. That's a black person that brings up a racist, like, told you your ass is racist. It had nothing to do with race. It's on that same level. You a murderer, ain't you? Dog, we ain't gonna live the night. Shut up.
Bro, the next shot of him grabbing Palmer's blood, he's like, all right, now let's try Palmer. Gary says, oh man, this is nonsense. This doesn't prove a thing. Did you like the shot of Palmer doing this? That look on his face said one thing. Well, looks like the jig is up.
Second that, he touched that thing. He touched that.
First of all, I love the fake hand that was holding. That was not Kurt Russell's hand, by the way. He was like, I thought you would feel that way, Gary. You were the only person that could have got to that blood. We'll do you last. We get Palmer. Holy shit, Palmer. This shot.
Shout out to how this movie. All right, look, here's the funny thing, Eris.
I think I did ask.
I forgive makeup looking like that, but it looks so fake compared
it does.
to I always hate that, but whatever.
But I wanted to ask a question, and for anyone that's listening, if y'all ever check back on this episode, I really want to ask y'all, which was probably the most disgusting interaction with the Thing between these? I would say between these three. I'm gonna pick three: Palmer's transformation, Norris's transformation, or the dog.
I think everybody will say that dog, bro.
I don't know.
I think everybody will say the dog because the dog.
The dog is up there. It's definitely up there, but I think Norris is.
That's why I said that. That's why I said, yeah, probably actually when I think about it.
And then you think Palmer, and oh god, Palmer's was pretty damn disgusting too. Which again, we got another inspiration which would show up in Resident Evil 4. Dude's head split open into a freaking mouth. And grab.
See, I told you something. I knew Trey was going to say the dog.
Of course, you would say that. Everybody says the dog.
But I told you everybody will say the dog in that because the dog. I think one reason why is because now, granted,
I see actual transformation that took place.
That one, and also D has seen this movie several times. I can only name 4 people on this list at a time, anyway. So I think that also people kind of get confused. Well, maybe the fat guy. Well, maybe that. And I know people with this movie, they mix this with other body snatching movies, and like, nigga, that never happened. And finally, be like, well, the dogs. So I'm just going. Yeah, that's what I would think. They will always say the dogs.
Now, did you like how in typical movie bullshit, McCready attempts to burn him, and suddenly, oh shit, gun jam.
I like how you got Gary.
He tells Windows to shoot him, and Windows, why are you hesitating, bro?
Shoot him, Windows. Oh shit! And by the time Palmer jumps to the roof, comes down,
split open, but.
What I like the most,
Dang, I'm
trying to.
He lifted him up with the ragdoll physics. We just see the dummy.
It went from an arm that looks fully functional like mine to literally just. Now imagine that with a torso that magically got smaller. Like all of that.
Bruh, it's a freaking dummy. It's a dummy that's just being whipped around,
Windows?
jerked around. Windows was out. He gets
Bummer.
yeeted into he got yeeted into the to the wall of board games, and finally McCready pulls out the flamethrower, burns Palmer thing. He makes his way.
Palmer thing.
Oh yeah, anybody that transforms or that gets taken over, yes, you have to make sure you refer to them as, for example, Dog Thing,
Dog Thing.
Benning's Thing.
And I'm sorry, y'all. Every time you say thing, you see the TM in the corner.
Yes. So when he burns him inside the room, and he busts outside, which, by the way, that was a shot to the original. That was actually a callback to the original thing. The original thing from the 1950s, where they burned it inside the room and he bust out. So anyway, McCready takes a stick of dynamite, lights it, toss, blows up. All right, cool. Like, that's the end of that chapter. Goes back inside, burns windows before he comes back. So
Gary over there. Gary had me rolling. Get me out of this.
No, I got you. First, give it up to Charles. All right, let's do it. Oh, I'm straight. Get me out of here. Cut me loose, damn it. Gary just looking at him like, really, nigga? He had that really, nigga look.
Really, my nigga?
So yeah, the line. Wonderful delivery by Gary. I understand you gentlemen have been through a lot, but when you find the time, I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch.
This would be a good time to fade into the next scene. And
It really was like that too. It just faded right into the next scene from there. Yeah, you gotta like the 1980s movies that will fade to dark in the middle of a goddamn movie. I always love that.
Right, they fade to the next scene, showing Charles. Now, notice Charles is rocking the navy blue North Face, and he's standing guard outside, just like watching the door. McCready. All right, Charles, we're going to give Blair the test. If he comes back and we're not with him, burn him. All right, seems simple. So when they go out there, they go back to the shack. They come to find out, hey, number one, the door is open. Number two, like, how the hell did he get out? The door was bolted from the outside. Come to find out, oh shit, false bottom in the floor. They opened up the floor, and oh wow, we got a whole tunnel down here. It led them all the way to a spaceship. Again, it's always the rounded, the oval, the football shapes.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Now,
Sir, do you realize that this came from parts of the chopper and the tractor?
Yeah.
Put it all together piece by piece.
And you know that alien was probably like this. Oh, damn it. They don't have a quartzian cube here. What shall I use? Motor oil. Perfect. Like I feel like, where were you going to go?
How would this work?
Here's the thing. That is 1981 technology, bro. You are from an advanced civilization. Nigga, we don't have the internet yet.
I mean, hold on. Here's an even better idea, D. At this point, you've been taken over. You've already took over Blair. Why would you waste the time putting together a ship when you could have just went back to your own spaceship? Think about it. You as a dog ran 1,000 miles in the cold and made it to the American camp. Who's to say you couldn't have done it inside of a human?
Let me tell you something. The alien.
What?
Those
What? Am I out logic?
That is what we call a good question. Why did you now hold on? But that being said, he didn't know where he was at. Yes. Alien
ingenuity. Thank you, Rod.
I have no interface. Ah, you shall do Zenith. I would laugh in that tiny ass spaceship. If you saw in this tiny ass spaceship, you saw a full or a floor model 20-inch TV.
First of all, hold up. Did you notice the workbench in the corner?
How long was he doing this shit?
That's why I want to know the passage of time. How long have they been dealing with this?
Imagine if you will, Wilford Brimley, shirtless, put together that joke, got a pistol in his head. So I can make that side different and all the rest of that. I think I got to make that noose too. I don't know what I got to do for it.
Wait, D. Also, Wilford Brimley. He's got the goggles on, the hammer. He is hammering away shirtless, making the spaceship like Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man.
Eris in the background. Slow ride. Take it easy.
And of course,
Wilford Brimley in a tank top. He got the gun show out. He looked pretty good for 50-something years old.
also Wilford Brimley. He's banging together on that metal, and he's putting together the freaking machete from Rambo. When you're taking over like diabetes, killing is as easy as breathing. All right, that was my one and only Wilford Brimley diabetes joke. Now, they come to find out he made a spaceship.
That nigga had a full stop, Eris. Full goddamn stop again. He had a workbench in there.
Yes.
And again, I don't want it like, all right. I don't like what. Like,
how do you get the desk down there? How do you get the workbench down?
Like that's a drill, nigga. That's a full-on drill. You see?
Yeah, he's got a drill.
So, and I have to say what my boy Spoonie said when he reviewed the canonical story that came after this, the Thing video game. And there's this part where you just search around the camp, and actually, be honest with you, as a person that played a little bit of that game, is the coolest part of the game. Outside of having the thing to make people puke, it's like a puke bomb you can use. It's actually kind of cool. But I do ask the same question Spoonie asks. Where the fuck was he going to sit at that thing?
That.
Thank you. You're like, but he had me roll. He said, "This is on some straight up plant. They came from planet A type bullshit." Just imagine he floating over New York City, taking over in this shit. It would be awesome.
Bro,
I'm thinking to myself, that thing ain't nowhere close to the size of an F-15, 14, and you want me to believe that thing was going to achieve airspace? Anyway,
so all right, so they cut back to where Charles was. Notice Charles gone, and one of the North Faces is missing.
Yep.
Just put a pin in that.
Yeah.
Notice that the whole camp goes black. It's a blackout for like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Knowles notices. Charles comes out. Says, "Hey, y'all check this out. I just saw Niles leave the entrance of the camp. Where the hell is he going? I don't know." Huh. All right. They ran inside. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, Knowles, how you know that's Child? Man, I know how niggas run, man.
So they go back inside, and McCready immediately noticed, shit, this thing made it back inside and blew out the generator. So in about 6 hours, it's going to be below 100 degrees in here.
Get off my fucking podcast, Rod.
Below 100 degrees, like 100 below. 100 below in 6 hours from that damn storm that's coming. Nigga, that is suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So McCready notices, oh no, it ain't suicide for the thing. It wants to freeze at this point. It's just gonna go to sleep in the cold and wait for the rescue team to come find it. So
I mean, yeah.
like so
At this point, you could believe it having knowledge to know that something is eventually going to show up to try to find them.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just it's ensuring its own survival. So whether or not whether or not they make it, they definitely cannot let the thing freeze again. So maybe we'll just warm things up around here. That is such a movie line, isn't it?
Oh, and then that was missing.
Followed by this one.
No, hold on, Eris. Said it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're not getting out of here alive, but neither is that thing. Steve Harvey screaming kill will never get old for me.
Yeah, look. It's really the fact that it was the right answer. Kill!
So, like we're not getting out of here alive, but neither is that thing.
Nah, we all going out in this joint, man.
Bro, they bring in another tractor and they let all that gasoline out. They start putting together Molotov cocktails. They blow up every room in the camp. Just blow everything up. Hell, the first thing that they did, first things first. Take out that bullshit, that makeshift spaceship that Blair was working on for all of 2 days. or however long the damn time that passed in this movie.
But that being also said, I like how during all that time, here go Gary. All right, we're gonna get that. All you saw was just.
Wait, I'll get to that part.
My favorite.
They blow up every room and they decide to save the generator. Though they save the generator room for last. Make their way downstairs to the generator room, and they find the generator is absolutely destroyed. Gary, hey, generator's gone. McCready, not listening. Any way we could fix it? It's gone, McCready. We got to bring this entire camp down into the ice.
McCready, can we fix it?
They have to come up with
the question I asked.
So, dude, again, getting more detonators, getting more dynamite. They're going to try to bring the entire camp into the ice, right? Oh, first of all, Knowles goes off in one direction, start planting charges. Gary goes off in another direction. And again, Morricone slamming on that sweet synth. He grabs Gary by the face and takes him over.
My favorite part of that.
I know, right? Him looking and going.
That was evil, nigga. That was
bro. He's got his hand in his face, looking at him, and then
I love that. He's like, anybody around here see me do that shit? No. He's like, hey, what? I'm an alien. Leave me alone.
See, if this was today, if this was the day, like hand and face, he'll do this. Look to the left, look to the right. Selfie.
Trying to find.
Oh, you did already. Shit.
So go ahead and cross out Gary's name.
No. It was really fun. I have not. I have gotten a new. This is actually my new phone. I just got this, Sean. I have TikTok on there. I have not signed into TikTok, and I just fucked up a joke I wanted to do because I was going to have it like flipping through TikTok.
Oh, you did already. Damn. So, yeah.
This is what I learned how to do. This is how you make carne asada. You flip it and it goes to somebody else.
Yeah. All right, Gary's out of here. Now, a little bit of
little bit of beautiful thing we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
Charles,
mm-hmm.
No, the black people have successfully beat out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm just going to add 8 more because of dogs. They have survived 16 white people.
Out of 12 men, they were like one of the last 2. Now, there's a little bit of information here about what happened with Knowles. Because when you watch the movie, a lot of people that watch this movie they all had to ask that question. The hell happened to Knowles? Because you notice, you see him look off in the distance. He walks further into the like in towards the back, right?
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to McCready saying, "How's it coming in there?" I said, "How's it?" Oh shit! Let me go ahead and rig this thing. Get this dynamite ready just in case. He was ready. So what happened? Here's what happened. There's actually storyboarding footage. Because the movie ran out of money. They ran out of budget. What was supposed to happen was we were supposed to see Blair Thing earlier. We're supposed to see Blair Thing pop up from out of the shadows, surprise Knowles and kill him. Like we were actually supposed to get a Knowles death scene or him getting assimilated, but they completely cut that out. He was off. Yes, he was off screen
to death. Yes, he was.
Correct. But there was actual footage. Well, not footage, but there was storyboarding of showing what it would look like when he gets killed. So we see in wonderful practical effect fashion freaking floorboards like coming in like a wave. They not.
It was pretty. I feel like those were just standard impressive effects. Like we being normies. Ooh, practical effects artists. I did that when I was 5. Come on, guys.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool because you knew it was coming. Something was coming, and you wait. Bro, the detonator, the freaking detonator gets destroyed because we see that stop motion tentacle come out and yoink and just yoink it down. I'm like, bro, that shit's done. It's done. I'm like, McCready, what you gonna do, bro? Finally, we see it. We see full Blair Thing for all of a minute.
Yep.
And again, it's completely unidentifiable. It's like half mouth on this side and half Blair face with
it's like
dogs.
There's like a shoulder blade and a big ass eyeball.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, the Resident Evil eyeball on the shoulder and shit. It's got dog coming out of the stomach, and it's just god, it's disgusting. It's quite disgusting.
The dude that will go on to make Silent Hill is like, love these Americans. I love these Americans.
So McCready combat rolls.
Oh yeah.
Bro, McCready, like he looks and notices one last thing of dynamite. Combat rolls over to it, lights it, looks at it. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, fuck you too. I do like that he managed to throw it and escape. Like, how the dynamics of that, bro? You managed to escape a massive explosion of that base. We get to see the thing. The thing is supposedly destroyed. Now we're brought to the end. This is where we got so many theories, like theories on top of theories on top of theories. Now, let's paint the picture real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You see McCready.
Everything is on
fire. Everything is on fire. McCready, knowing that his death is quite imminent, it's coming. Because even though everything is on fire and he's warm for the moment, that storm is coming and it's going to completely wipe that fire away.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's made peace with the fact that he is going to die. He's the last one alive. He knows he's out. We see him with his favorite drink. He's about to take a sit, and in comes Charles with, because of the lighting, it looks like he got on a completely different North Face, or it's just snow dust covered. You know what I'm saying?
I actually think it's that.
Like it's snow dust.
Snow dust, yeah.
So now again, going back to that joke we made earlier, like, Charles, where were you? Charles,
look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
The two of them. It's just the two of them. But no, he has
not me.
He asked Charles, like, Charles, where were you? Look, I thought I saw Blair. So I ran after him and I got lost in the storm. And that's it. McCready, I want to say you're bullshit, but I have no proof.
And I love it because both of them. Charles has a look. Yeah, man.
He's like,
where the fuck you been at? And McCready, with all rights. Yeah, where you come from? Both of them. Energy, zero.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Because Charles is like, look, well, the fire's got the place lit up all over the camp. It's not gonna last long though. Shit, neither will we. How the hell are we gonna make it? If you're worried about me, if we got any surprises for each other, I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it. Well,
which would have been a perfect which to that one person that still has that theory, if he would have made that joke, if he would have said him saying that, Charles would be like, yeah, I know. That would have been a perfect time to do it.
See, but he won't. But he would have done it if he felt threatened, or if he knew if he was getting attacked. Yeah, he probably would have done it if Charles was the thing. Now, when he asked the question, "What do we do?" McCready, why don't we just wait here a while, see what happens? Passes him the drink. And of course, Charles like just knocks back a swig, and then you hear that Morricone theme, and that's it.
I know what you're thinking. One person that don't like open endings.
This sucks, man.
Hold up a second.
Oh man, I love this about BAM episodes because it's usually just me and Eris. So when one person has to go to the bathroom or something, the other person has to entertain. So it's time for D to entertain. Knew this shit was going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my rendition of The Thing. I'm RJ McCready, and I have to be out here with all these freaking idiots that don't know what the thing is, what the thing really is. Hi. Okay, I'm playing Blair in this. Don't worry, McCready. Your diabetes tells me that we're going to be all right. Yeah, motherfucker. Of course, I'm black. Aha! Yeah, that was Charles. Yeah. How you doing, man? How you doing?
All right. Look.
Yes, somebody that was following it. Black Panther was going to be Charles. Okay.
Listen.
Anyway, go ahead.
So listen, out of all the theories that I've seen on the internet, so many people believe that McCready was the thing. Other people believe that Charles was the thing. Some people believe that neither one was really infected, but because they didn't trust each other that much, that they sat there and just shared a drink, knowing that they were both going to die.
And I seen what you did there. I seen what you did there, Carpenter, leaving the white man and the black man who just been through a whole lot together, questioning each other. I see what you did there. I don't know what the parallel is, but I see what
I mean, some people
there's one there.
Some say that number one, McCready still had that flamethrower nearby. You know, he kept that thing on him. You know, just in case he was ever about to get attacked, he'd just pull it out and just start, shooting. But then again, so did Childs.
Because you told me that the video game, the thing that came out, was canonical. Because you told me that, apparently Childs was not the thing. He froze to death.
Yep.
But apparently at the end of the game, he saves you. McCready lived.
You want to know how that ending came together?
Bullshit, but go ahead.
So apparently there was an idea that the ending would be this. I believe Childs would be the thing, or he would, freeze to death and die. McCready gets picked up by the rescue team, gets sent, he goes back to civilization, and come to find out that this whole thing was an experiment, that he knew about the thing all along.
Wait a minute, McCready did?
Mm-hmm. Because, well, for one thing, remember early in the movie when he left, he said, look, I'm going to leave, he said, I'm going to hide this tape when I'm done with it.
Now, he did say that. He did say that.
This man left a freaking audio recording of him talking about, what's been happening, I guess, for the last few days. That number one, he said, first of all, I think when it comes in contact with you, it rips through your clothes when it takes you over. He said somebody found some. There were long johns that were found. The name tag was missing. It could be anybody's. Nobody trusts anybody anymore. I always wanted to know, why did he stop the tape, rewind back, and record it over that part of him saying nobody trusts anybody? Because you notice he did that. He recorded over him saying that by replacing it with "There's nothing else I can do but just sit and wait." So, by the way, McCready, since you blew up everything at U.S. Outpost number 31, did that tape even survive?
That's a good question. I think that there's a tape that actually did survive in the video game. Like I said, I only played a little bit of it. I don't really remember it that well.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was something there. Like, I knew that. Like, it's like what makes it really funny is that the smoking man from the X-Files was actually the main bad guy that worked with the government, and of course they wanted to use the thing as a government project type. I could kind of believe this storyline. Mm-hmm. That McCready knew a lot more than he put on. But I think it just adds to the mystery of everything that was going on, because we don't know what the fuck those people are doing down in Antarctica. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what ice is at this point. So what are you down there for? What, is it oil? Because there's a bit of a gold rush going at the North Pole for oil. So is that what it is? Is it oil? Is it getting it? Like, yo, what's the real purpose being down there? Because I know all of y'all ain't archaeologists, you know what I mean? I know all of y'all ain't down there just to say, what boons can we discover under the ice? Bullshit. You don't care. Y'all trying to find the transmutation circle. Something, nigga. Y'all trying to find something. A fingerprint of God, if you will. That's what you're trying to look for. So, and on top of that, I have this feeling like the Nazis found one thing in Antarctica and everybody's just down there trying to find the same shit. I don't know what the Nazis found. They found something where everybody was like, oh, bet?
So, just out of all these theories, and they're all great. A lot of them are great theories. I do believe that neither one, well, of course, thanks to the video game, Childs is he's pretty much a goner. Um, there's also many other stories that continued. There's a Thing comic book.
Yep, I know about that.
There were comic books, there were novels, and all of them had like different, I guess, like different branching paths of where things went after the movie. That I swear that other ending that they came up with where McCready survived, goes back to civilization. Then of course there's the classic horror movie ending that I remember. McCready survives, he gets picked up by the rescue team, he goes back to civilization, and boom, the freaking alien busts out at him, and he was infected all along, and he starts taking over civilization.
Come on, man, not that ending.
Yeah, that was also another one.
I don't like that. Actually, I think I did read that somewhere. Actually,
I'm glad they did not go with that, because that is way too cliche. That's way too horror movie cliche.
I feel as though that now I will say this. I think, even though I'm not a fan of you remaking this movie, I think you can remake it. But here's the thing: if you don't want to do the ice, fine. It still has to be secluded, like away from human beings, in the middle. Like, I tell you this: if the Russians want to make their own version of it, there's nothing but woods out there where you can make a story that something dropped in the middle of the woods in Russia that they don't know what the fuck it was, even though there's a story that something like that happened out in Russia and the Russians don't know what it was or some shit like that. It's sort of like that. It's an alien story too, but a lot of people say it's just some Cold War bullshit that people made up. So I don't know, but I feel as though that you can't really remake this movie in certain ways, but you got to keep an open ending. You got to make sure everybody is on the sus list, no matter what. Everybody has to be on the sus list. You have to be that. They didn't have that dynamic in the prequel. They really didn't, because the prequel is like, we know where this ends up. So a lot of people were already thinking forward to everything. They weren't thinking that somebody could be sus. They were just thinking that all right, somebody's the thing, and we know eventually it's going to hop into the dog. There's the dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, I think if you're an audience going into seeing this movie, especially if you went in with no prior knowledge that this movie connects itself to the 82 remake, you would think, hey, how did they deal with the situation? And again, I'm so mad that Elizabeth, she got to do the exact same thing that she did in 10 Cloverfield Lane literally a year before this. Exact same ending.
Same ending. Trails off to something else.
No. That the exact same ending, except in this case, in the Thing's case, shittier CGI. How is it a year later and the CGI is shittier?
But like I said, during that time in Hollywood, there was a lot of mistakes that were made, and a lot of mistakes in the horror side that was made in that regard, So, yeah. But if there's a way to close up this episode with us when it comes to the Thing, we did mention this before. There is a drop. There's a bit of a drop in quality when it came to John Carpenter's movies. It was it Hollywood that did it? Was it himself just getting washed? I said it, and I hate saying it like that because I fucking love John Carpenter, but let's just call it what it is. Did he just get washed? Like I said again, I seen Escape from LA. There's an argument for that.
LA, Prince of Darkness.
There's a Prince of Darkness.
Another movie that had potential, but
yeah.
No, wait, hang on. I got you. Another movie that had potential, D, but at the end,
What the hell was that?
Yes, but this one doesn't leave you that way. This one didn't leave
Ghost
you
of
that way.
Mars.
Ghost of Mars. No, this one doesn't leave you like that. Like, this one. Well, but then again, this was during the time where Carpenter had a lot of did have pull to get his vision out there, because all he had to say, "Nigga, I'll make Mike Myers." So so pretty much, man. I think, but I will say this: the legacy of this movie kind of lives on. I am still thoroughly impressed that people who are younger than us hop on this movie and they absolutely love it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it has a legacy and a good one too.
Bro, there was so much stuff um about this movie, and and what they wanted to do with it. From my understanding, there was supposed to be a sequel, like an actual sequel with both Carpenter, Kurt Russell, and Keith David all agreeing to come back.
I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't make one. It's just like, wait a minute, if all three of y'all come back, what the fuck? Well, better yet, if Keith David and Kurt Russell coming back, what the hell's going on with the story, man? That's the only thing I had to say. What happened?
See, it says right here stated in 1999, Carpenter said that no serious discussions had taken place for a sequel, but he would be interested in basing one off of there was another adaptation calling it the story, calling the story a worthy sequel. So this was going to be based on something else, and I think that's what eventually did become the video game. Mm-hmm. Now, 2005, get this, 2005, Sci-Fi Channel planned a 4-hour miniseries sequel produced by, of all people, Frank Darabont.
Who's that?
Walking Dead. Season 1 and 2. Shawshank Redemption. That guy.
You. I agree. Yeah. I ain't like this. Eris. I gave a fuck about Shane. I didn't care about nobody.
I'm not even talking about just Walking Dead. I mentioned Shawshank. Anyway, the story was gonna follow a Russian team who recover who recovers the corpses of McCready and Childs, as well as the remnants of the Thing. The story moves forward 23 years, where the Thing escapes into New Mexico and follows the attempts at containment. Now, the project, of course, never proceeded, and Universal opted to continue with a feature film sequel, the prequel film known as The Thing, which was released in October of 2011.
Good question is, hindsight being 2020, what would have made you more money?
What, the idea that eventually turned into the video game?
What, like I'm saying, what would have been the sci-fi? The
sci-fi miniseries with the Russian team. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but at the same time, it would suck that we get a 23-year time jump. We get no Childs or McCready. No, it's the fact that we get no Childs or McCready. It's like, so we do find out, they both just sat there and froze to death, and yet parts of the Thing was still there, still alive, and made its way to civilization.
And I think the way you would have to play it is that, you had brought the remnants of the Thing, you brought the two dead bodies over there, and when someone gets infected, you don't know where it came from. Did it actually come from the remnants of the Thing? Did it come from Childs? Did it come from McCready? You could have made that work. And but like I said, the only reason I say would have made the most money is because in Hollywood, that's what they go for. What's going to get them the most? So, in your opinion, Eris, what you would think that would have done them better? Going for that prequel or doing that miniseries?
I think going for the miniseries would have been better.
Me personally, I think so too.
You want to have to spend all that damn money that you spent on the motherfucking prequel, yeah. So you know what I mean? So I think you would have been better off just a series.
One last thing, though. Speaking of spending money, so get this shit. Remember how we talked about the movie's budget? Universal initially set a budget of $10 million for this movie, with $200,000 for creature effects, which at the time was more than the studio had ever allocated to a monster film.
I would think so at that time, yes.
And filming was pretty much scheduled to be, they pretty much had 98 days. They projected 98 days to complete filming. Universal's production studios estimated that it required at least $17 million before marketing and other costs, as the plan involved more set construction, including external sets and a large set piece for the original scripted death of Bennings. Wow, so that was actually so what we got was something completely different. Okay.
Yeah.
Which was an estimated, which that alone, dude, Bennings' death alone was going to cost them $1.5 million alone.
See, that's the shit, Z. Once you start stacking this shit up and you thinking that it's practical effects, and that, like I said, that shit ain't cheap.
So as the storyboarding and designs were finalized, the crew estimated that it would need at least $750,000 for creature effects, a figure Universal executives agreed to after seeing the number of workers employed under Rob Bottin, the special makeup effects designer. Now, Larry Franco was responsible for making the budget work for the film. He cut the filming schedule by a third, eliminating the exterior shots for one on-site shooting and removed Bennings' more extravagant death scene. Cohen suggested reusing the destroyed American camp as a ruined Norwegian camp, saving a further $250,000. When filming began in August, the thing had a budget of $11.4 million. An indirect cost brought it to $14 million. The effects budget ran over, eventually totaling $1.5 million, forcing the elimination of some scenes, including Knowles' confrontation of the creature dubbed the box thing, because I guess they had to sit inside of a box.
The box thing.
Yeah. By the end of production, Carpenter had to make a personal appeal to executive Ned Tannen for $100,000 to complete a simplified version of the Blair thing. The final cost was $12.4 million, and the overhead cost brought it to $15 million.
And this is before Hollywood was tossing money at people. So, they micromanaged every single thing that came out of Carpenter's mouth. Like, whoa. How many screws is going on there? No, you get the 16, and that's all we can afford, John. Like, I feel like this was truly a movie where he had to fight for everything, man. Because if you eliminated 2 fucking scenes like that, and I do laugh at that one scene is going to cost like $1 million something. That's ridiculous. Even almost on today's standards, that's like, nigga, what flies out of his ass? That's what I would have been like. Yeah, like, what are you exactly doing?
I think it's because at the time what they were trying to do was I want to say what they were trying to do was what we ended up getting in that prequel, which is more shots of the thing.
Awkwardly CGI as it was, yes, more shots of the thing.
Like there was gonna be more shots of the monster in full, instead of just seeing moments of the monster taking over or coming out of somebody that's been infected. Instead of doing it that way, it was going to be a lot more, like a lot more active as being like a whole creature.
I could have seen them doing something like that.
And in a way, I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that, because look what we got with the sequel.
Yeah, and even with the cutting out a couple of those scenes, I think it would have made this. I think it would have made it a little bit more bulkier. Even though I would have liked to see Noel's death more than $1 million death for a character that's not even the last 3 people in the movie.
Dude, he was one of the first ones to go.
That's what I'm like how extravagant was it going to be? Was it going to be like an extra head, like you're coming with us? Like what was going to be the thing that was going to be.
I think what they probably would have done though, real talk, they probably instead of just showing the freaking tentacles like under the blanket, like taking them over and choking them out and all that shit, we probably would have seen it like come to life. We would have seen like the actual thing as a whole taking them over, or hell, it could have pulled him inside or something. I mean, you know, we only just see him getting taken over while sitting in the chair, all, you know, yoked up. And then the next shot, after the alarm goes off, we see him fully clothed, running out, and then we get the arm thing. And that deafening ass scream.
And then they lit him on fire.
With that good old kerosene.
I mean, and then everybody was all crying like, wait a minute, but it was us. He was one of us. And then here comes McCready.
Look, I can see their parachutes. They're okay.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. McCready was straight. McCready was a real one because he said straight up, "You got to burn the rest of them, man."
All right, guys. I don't know if you grew up reading comic books, but it's like we're actually inside of a comic book today, guys. I didn't expect this when I woke up this morning either. I thought I just wanted to go back.
I just wanted to go back to my shack and get drunk.
Oh Lord! So, DjTsu, that is the thing. Yes. We have to do this. We're going to do another one soon. Again with BAM, we're going to have to because I actually like this. I'd actually like that we get this off our chest. So I'm not going to make no promise of what we're going to do next, but we're going to do something soon, and we will. DjTsu, like always, it's always good talking to you, my nigga.
Same to you, sir.